didn't win that game. Anybody here? Bueller taking the Panthers. Anybody? Bueller? No. Bueller?
No.
Bueller?
It's going to be close, but no.
Bueller? No? That's a no? Okay, great. I'm not either.
Yeah.
The night game.
No disrespect.
Packers and the Bears. I so want to choose the Packers here just because it's so possible.
Oh, I am.
You are.
Yeah.
You're taking the Packers.
For sure.
You've been Mr. Bears all year long.
I have been, but the Bears have a Chiefs element to them of a year ago where they won a lot of games probably they shouldn't have, and I think that kind of evens out and comes home to roost.
TJ?
Well, to piggyback off what he said, the Chiefs rode that to a Super Bowl. I mean,
Yes.
they lost, but they still rode it. I'm not a Packer fan, and I have too many Bears fans, so I got to go with the Bears.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to choose this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm on game day morning for 4.5 hours leading up to kickoff of Rams Panthers. I'm leaning towards the Packers right now.
Ooh.
I really am. They were up 16-3, right? With a few minutes to go.
Yeah.
All right, Sunday.
So, Rich, can I just preface? I did pick the Pack to go to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. But
Yeah.
No, you're off them.
I picked them to win.
Jaguars Bills. Chris,
Jacksonville.
TJ.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
I am too. I'm sorry, Hoskins.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I am too.
But that's certainly a coin toss for me. If the Bills win,
Dude, that's an all-world quarterback and his great running back and a defense that suddenly just shows up and stiffens up.
I just think Trevor Lawrence might be the hottest QB right now.
The Jaguars are so good right now.
I'm worried this game might not be close.
That's why I chose it to be the opportunity for a blowout.
There's no way it's a blowout.
Eagles, Niners. What do you got, Christopher?
I'm also worried this game's not going to be close. Fly, Eagles, fly.
What do you got, TJ?
I hate them both, but I hate the Niners slightly less, so I'm picking the Niners.
I think I've been on an Eagles train, and I know I chose the Niners as the number 1 seed, but that was when they were going to be at home. They're going to be at home.
Yeah.
They're not now. And the Bang Bang Niners gang has been great in these games in recent past, but I think that this is now rubber meeting the road, and that's a defending Super Bowl champs. I do think the Eagles win this one.
Right.
Night game. I know you're a Patriot. What do you got over there, TJ?
Man, this is going to be a good one.
I'm twitching in the direction, too.
I'm going to have to go with Brockman on this one. I have to go with the Pack.
I know. I can't go home again if I choose the Chargers.
But, Rich, I feel
I'm twitching in the direction.
When the Chargers get their linemen back and healthy
I'm concerned about Hampton.
It's going to be a problem, though.
He says he's playing.
I know that.
He got a limited today.
Stay tuned tomorrow on Sunday's show.
Yeah.
This is not a great matchup for your Pats, man. It just isn't.
Well, it's not a great matchup for Chargers either.
Okay. And then we'll talk Monday's game on Monday.
Oh, you don't want to pick it now?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm worried about Houston's offensive line. I'll just leave it at that.
I've already said it's a Berg thing, so go Steelers.
Okay. Stay tuned Monday. Stay tuned Monday. Because we're out of time.
I mean, we're technically not, though. We still have.
I might have to choose this on Sunday's show, too. Damn it. Great week, everybody, right here on ESPN Radio. We're wrapping up on Disney Plus in a sec.
Football.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Danny Beal, preseason coaches poll, East Carolina ranked number 1. Braden Burris, Ethan Norby, Austin Irby, preseason all-conference. The only thing I'm surprised by is no Colby Wallace.
I think it's good, and obviously for everybody that knows CG, he's going to use it as motivation, but he's also going to use it as the kind of Nick Saban rat poison thing.
Yeah.
And those guys know that. I mean, obviously Burris is only a sophomore now, and same thing with Irby and stuff like that. But on the flip side of that, like the guys that did make it, like you said, like Seawall or CG, is going to use that as motivation. Like they don't think you're that good. Go out and prove it.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Straight out of Kinston, Chili Water by Carolina Ice Company just iced the competition. Officially ranked the #1 American-sourced water on the H2O Score app and #2 in global purity, beating out 99.9% of those overpriced premium glass bottles. Purified or sparkling, both built to dominate your cooler. Find participating locations and order online at chiliwater.com or find us on Amazon. Tap into something better. Zero sugar, zero plastic, zero regrets. Stay chilly.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bond. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen in Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
UB and Pireware.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at Pireware.com. Go Pirates!
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett. Hey, and we got left side. Strong side.
Y'all are intimidating guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity-type guys, and that's intimidating.
Dunn, first down ECU. Spinning free. Still on his feet. Marlon Gunn Jr. is gone.
How about them Pirates, baby?
You already know, my guy.
Pirate pride, baby. Pirate pride. ECU, 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 ECU.
From the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome into a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live here on January 9th. Another warm day here in Eastern North Carolina. Thanks for tuning in. Happy to have you here. Got a lot of moving parts on today's show. Guests moving, transfers moving, people coming to East Carolina, people leaving East Carolina. So we got a lot to discuss on this beautiful Friday. Appreciate you tuning in once again. You can catch us on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, 9:30 and 12:50 a.m., 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, online, PR927FM.com, and the Pirate Radio app, brought to you by Flatlands, Jessup, and Carolina Caliber. We got on today's show Tony Tsoukalas. He was supposed to join us at the Open, but University of Alabama Birmingham basketball practice being moved about, so he will now be in hour number 2. Joining us at the end of hour number 1, Brandon Golden, new edition of the Brandon Golden Show out on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV, with Mike Shildt, former St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego Padres manager. He was on there. And coming up Monday, this upcoming Monday, Ricky Meinhold, the Toronto Blue Jays pitching coordinator. I was able to produce that episode, and a lot of great stuff about Trey Savage getting drafted. Ricky was in the draft room when the pick was made, so stay tuned. Monday, Brandon Golden Show. He'll join us to talk about that and much more. And coming up in hour number 2, Tony Dunn, Panthers C3 podcast. We'll talk about the Panthers in the playoffs. We'll make our picks. We're going to throw in Indiana and Oregon in the picks as well, because there's not a lot of games to pick. You know, you got 2 tomorrow, you got 3 Sunday, 1 on Monday. So we're going to pick Indiana and Oregon as well. Chandler with the choke job of the century. Seemed like the playoff picks would not matter when it comes to the rankings. And he had a terrible Week 16. Obviously, we haven't been here to pick Week 17 and 18. Chandler with 147, Tony 146, myself 145, Clip backing the rear at 139. Once again, happy to have you. It's a great show. Man alive. Chaston Ditta has entered the transfer portal. I talked this kid up all week, and I guess he listened and heard, like, man, I'm pretty good. Maybe I can go out and get something. Chaston Ditta in the portal. He has released a statement on his transfer, and he said, grateful for the relationships, memories, and everyone who supported me at East Carolina. Always will appreciate Pirate Nation and the love and support y'all poured into me over the past year. Man, Chaston was my guy ever since I saw it, because we didn't know who was going to be quarterback number 2, Raheem Jeter, Mike Wright. And then you see what Chaston did early on in the season, what I saw at practice, and it's like, yeah, this is probably our best chance if Caton goes down. And he was. In the bowl game, had, I think, 8 for 17, 2 touchdowns, 2 long touchdowns to Anthony Smith. But I don't know, man. It's just the world we live in now in college football. A young man comes in, gets an opportunity of a lifetime. True freshman starting in a bowl game against a great defense in the Pitt Panthers. Some All-Americans on that one. Rasheed Biles, game of a lifetime in the Military Bowl. And Chaston did what he needed to do. The defense for East Carolina played absolutely well, to where if Chaston made a few mistakes, which he did, fumble turnover for a touchdown that led to Pitt taking the lead at one point. But he did what he needed to do. The composure of Chaston Ditta was what really impressed me the most. And it sucks to see him go. Pirates bring in Mitch Griffis, a name that has been talked about this week, former quarterback at Wake Forest. And this year he was the backup at Texas Tech. I got some texts last night from some people who have watched him with their own eyes. And it wasn't the best, but hey, that has been a while. That was a while ago where he played at Wake Forest, and we don't know what we're going to get. Obviously, more quarterbacks will come in. Right now, the only 2 on the roster, Cole Hodge and now Mitch Griffis. So in today's world, it's a symptom of success. You win 9 games, people are going to want your guys. Just came in right before we went on the air. Jamarly Riddle going to Georgia, London Montgomery going to Florida. I'll take you through the rest of them as well. DeCerio Riles to Florida State. Jamaria McCrimmon to NC State. Javante Connor going to Vanderbilt. Yannick Smith to SMU, and Caton Hauser to Illinois. So, I mean, it's kind of flattering that everybody wants our guys, but it also kind of sucks because with the American influx every year being a feeder league for the Power Four, I thought, man, if we can keep a core group of guys, keep a good amount of these fellas, we can have a shot next year to win the American Conference and potentially make the college football playoff. We'll talk about Miami and Ole Miss from last night coming up in just a bit. But, man alive, with Miami doing what they did last night and doing what they've done all playoffs, it kind of shows you that, hey, maybe it's not everything's up for grabs in the world of college football and in the playoffs. We have Shirley running the audio. Nick is back running video. I was kind of throwing a curveball here, so I'll bring y'all in to talk about this as well. Thought we were going to have Tony Tsoukalas on at the start of the show, but instead he will be on at 4:40 after the NFL and college football playoff picks with Tony Dunn, Panthers C3 podcast. Nick, we haven't talked to you all week. What were your thoughts on the bowl game, and what are your thoughts on all these guys leaving and finally committing to some schools?
I thought the bowl game was really fun.
You were here, right? You were, yeah. Okay.
I worked the bowl game. It was really fun. The defense was really exceptional, and I thought Dida did a lot of good things and had some tougher moments. But I definitely thought, looking forward, the offense was, if he ran it, it probably would have looked pretty good. Obviously, things change. College sports, just one of those things, and. Definitely seeing a lot of guys going to P4s is interesting. I think it's kind of cool in a way just to see like these guys were here, developed here, and now they have an opportunity. But I've also liked a lot of what they've done so far in the portal, bringing a lot of good guys in as well.
I mentioned the optimism ending the regular season. You don't know who's entering the portal yet, but just Blake Harrell, first full year. We have the most wins since, I believe, 2014 or 2015 this season. It brings optimism like, man, if we can keep this, like I said, there's a shot next year at the playoff in the American Conference Championship. Do you feel like, I feel the optimism still a little bit. It's dwindled, but because Tulane, North Texas, Memphis, South Florida, 4 of the top teams in our conference, they lose their coach and all their players. So God knows what they're going to be. At least we still have Blake Harrell. Does that still keep some optimism for you?
100%. I still have a lot of faith. Obviously, Blake Harrell's building a great culture, and the players he's bringing in are going to buy in heavily. And I think, again, and I'm also a huge fan of the offensive coordinator hire.
Really?
I like a lot. I was just a big fan of North Texas's offense, even though I know he didn't. I don't think he called plays.
He did in the bowl game, and they put up damn near 50 points. And they bring in Ashton Gray, running back from North Texas. In the bowl game, he had 152 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, no, I really like the offense that they run, and I think it fits well, kind of what ECU has done. And I'm really interested to see how Griffiths or anybody else runs it going into next year.
Yeah, and the thing with Chasten Dida, I guess he leaves because he doesn't think he's going to start next year. Is that it? I mean,
I don't want to say scared of competition.
I'm not going to say scared of competition. I don't know the guy. I've watched 20 minutes of practice a week at that, and I saw him play a little bit against Campbell, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then a full bowl game performance, and he looked like a true freshman. Like that is what I don't want to say anything negative about him, but it is kind of just like, who's talking to these kids? Like, how does London Montgomery practice, go home for Christmas, and then just not come back?
Yeah.
Like, clearly that wasn't something. Maybe it was. Maybe over the break he just had a thought. It's like, all right, I don't want to do this. I don't want to play in the bowl game. I'm going to leave anyways. But who's in Chasten Dida's ear to where just like, oh, you're not going to start next year potentially, or you're going to have to compete, go somewhere where you think you can start? Where is that? Campbell? Austin Peay? I mean, it's no disrespect. Like, Chasten Dida will go down like as like, hey, he won us this military bowl. Yeah. He didn't, not single-handedly.
He was the quarterback for it.
Yeah, and he kept his composure, and it was an impressive performance. But like, I don't know, man. Like, why would you transfer? I think you got a good thing here. And it just brings me back to just like, this is what's wrong with college athletics. This is why I think quarterback development in college football kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. Don't get me started on the but that's every school. That's not just G5. That's everywhere. And I mean, you see John Gruden like berating Jackson Dart, like, what's your cadence before the draft? And he's like, oh, I didn't have a cadence. It's just a clap. And John Gruden's like, that's the biggest bunch of crap. Like, that I don't like, but I think just not sticking at one place and bouncing around from place to place to place, it's going to eventually show up on the screen on Sundays or Thursday nights or Monday nights or Thanksgiving, whenever the NFL is playing. Thankfully, right now, we just see like the guys coming in, they had one transfer like Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. What do you think?
I think we got a prime example with, I believe the pronunciation of his first name is Damond Williams.
Damond Williams, which it has been settled. He is recommitted
he's
to
come
Washington.
back.
That's another big load of crap, man. Like, you sign a contract for $4 million, and I'm not going to sit here and act like the coaches don't sign contracts and then leave.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought this would be the one to where it's just like, all right, we're finally going to take a step in the direction to fix it. But I don't think it is.
No.
Because the only way to fix it is a collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
A players' union almost. And that's never going to happen because college football would rather kill itself from within than to have a union with the collective bargaining agreement. I don't think there's any way to fix this. I mean, we tried to talk about it yesterday, and I just said once we started paying the players, there was no way back. I think the steps you take, you can't take those steps back.
Yeah.
We swung the pendulum in the wrong direction. We are too far gone at this point. And I talked with Parker Bird the other day on the show, and he's a big fan of let Nick Saban be the czar of college football. And I don't mind that because Nick Saban has great ideas on how to fix the transfer portal, but Nick Saban is also up here saying death to schools like East Carolina and Tulane and JMU. And he has nothing to say about Texas Tech getting shut out in a playoff game when JMU put up 34 points. Yep. Has nothing to say about that. It's just nobody's going to be happy.
No.
I don't feel like there was a lot of complaining when they weren't paying the players, when there was, hey, you don't get a free transfer at all.
No. If you do, you have to sit out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Shirley, do you have any thoughts on Chasten Ditta entering the portal in the current landscape of college football?
Well, it kind of throws out my idea for a T-shirt next year for football season because I wanted to get a T-shirt that said "Ain't no party like a Ditta party," but I guess that goes out the window. But
yeah,
look, I mean, if he thought, I mean, it begs the question: did he think that he was going to get the starting job? Once the news broke that Caton was going to enter the transfer portal, and he just used this opportunity as kind of like in terms of the Military Bowl as kind of like a audition tape for himself, or did the staff know that he was thinking about transferring out too? I mean, that's a big question.
I think with it being this late, we're 2 weeks removed from the bowl game almost. I think this was a recent decision. I don't think he went into the game let me go ahead and put some stuff on paper, put some stuff on tape so I can enter the portal and boost my name because, he did great for the circumstances he was thrown into.
Yes,
if you just look at that game on paper and you box score watch, it's not the best game in the world.
No, but it doesn't look awful.
It's 8 for 17. He completed less than 50% of his passes.
Right.
And like I said, he did not screw the game up. He had a couple mistakes like a true freshman would, and the defense kept him in, and senior leaders like Marlon Gunn and Anthony Smith kept him in the game. But I don't think he did anything otherworldly to where he goes into the portal, and Jamie in the Chili Water chat gang says since JDB recruited him, I'm guessing he'll go be a backup at Ole Miss and hope to start eventually. I haven't seen anything like that from him. I mean, you hear in schools, and it's just immediately my mind went to Campbell. That's immediately where my mind went to because Raheem Jeter enters the portal. And it's hey, go tear it up in the FCS, kid. Go do that. Chasten Ditta was the best backup we had, but when you look at the backup quarterbacks on the roster, I don't think that was saying much. He was good. He was good. I'll say that. But I've watched Mike Wright practice at quarterback. And if he was throwing the ball, we lose that game, in my opinion. That's my opinion from watching him in practice. There was a few hospital balls. Peyton Manning would be dead if that was live action in a game. I'll say that. But it's not like we had 8 5-stars backing up Caton Hauser.
No, it was Cole Hodge, Raheem Jeter, and Chasten Ditta.
And Mike Wright.
That begs the question, what exactly and you never know because we do tend to forget sometimes these are essentially still kids. You're talking about 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids.
I don't even know if he's 19 yet.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, what drives a player to go into the portal? Yes, we've discussed money, but you just said, he wasn't exactly the stellar backup maybe that people were thinking he was.
I don't think anybody thought. I think I was the only person it seemed like going into the bowl game that said Mike Wright shouldn't start.
Right. Well, because, I mean, to be honest with you, we didn't know if we had any options at quarterback other than Mike Wright, to be honest with you, because we hadn't seen Craig play that much. Chasten Ditto, we hadn't even seen but maybe a handful of times.
When the games got out of hand, Chasten Ditto was the one to go in.
Right.
When we were up 56-0 or 49-3, he went in, had a great pass to my guy, Dylan Lorick. For a touchdown. I believe he went in the UTSA game. I couldn't even see what was going on. That game was already over, so I refused to watch it anymore. But I think he went in the UTSA game. Once again, I don't know. This is a complicated situation because it's a guy who you've barely seen entering the portal after a great for the circumstances he was put into in the bowl game.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, you look at it from a business model standpoint. Are you going to hire an employee that has very limited experience? And you're going to say, hey, I want to come and hire you away from where you are right now with the potential of you being let's say we're doing this in a business model, a potential manager of this, of this company. We're going to hire you away from them.
Yeah.
We're going to throw some money at you because you did great in a project that, most people didn't think you would succeed in. You did great in this one project, but there's no other parts of that, in terms of your resume. We're going to hire you away from this company. You're going to come and work for us, and you're going to be better here than you were there. I mean, it just seems like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially when you're looking at a quarterback that has very limited experience as a starting quarterback, and now you are asking him to go into the portal. And I say asking, that's really not the right word I want to use here, but he's going into the portal with the potential of going somewhere else. But what is the reasoning behind it? Is it because someone is throwing money at him? Or is it a situation where, hey, I want to pursue this career and East Carolina is not going to give me the avenue that I need and I need to go somewhere else? Because on the surface, it doesn't make sense. Because it's not like this guy was a 4-year starter and, has a year of eligibility left, and Alabama comes knocking on his door.
Yeah. Jenny's making some good points in the chat. She says, when your stock is high, you cash in. Now, is the stock that high?
That's the
my
question.
Like you said, he's a young back. I think
what situation would be better than the situation
Jenny
he's
said,
in
like
now?
you said, he was a young backup. I don't think he's going anywhere to start. I think he's leaving here because he figured he'd have to compete for the job. But, that's why I keep saying Campbell, because where are you going that you're, guaranteed
not going
to
to compete
start?
for a job? Yeah.
Jenny also said, who recruited him. Makes sense. London going to Florida. London, Montgomery, and Shasta did a...
See, London's got a better resume.
Who recruited him? I'm assuming John David Baker. If Chasten Ditto goes to Ole Miss, if he gets an offer from Ole Miss, what the hell is going on?
Well, that's the question. That's what I'm asking. What the hell is going on?
And that is, the college football world we live in, and we're
I'm taking a real long way to get to that point.
Yeah.
But
I don't give a damn who recruited him. Ole Miss? That's crazy. That's insane. Him transferring, he's going, it's either a lateral move or a downward move. Somebody brought up Coastal. Coastal makes somewhat sense.
Yeah, because their quarterback's leaving.
Pirate Mitch said Coastal. But if you're leaving because you're not guaranteed the starting job, you're not going anywhere. That's a good school, not an FBS school where you're not going to compete.
Yeah.
You're going to compete for
every
the job.
every level you're going to compete. Unless they are so decimated and they need somebody right this very second, and even your bigger schools are not going to have that issue.
Well, I'll tell you what. He's gone. Mitch Griffiths is in. So,
yeah,
Mitch Griffiths is the guy now. Until maybe next week when, we get somebody who is... Yeah, next week. Next week we're going to get somebody.
We'll worry about next week when next week gets here.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Talk a little Ole Miss Miami from last night. A little bit of a controversial ending. We'll talk about that and much more on the other side of this break. Stay tuned for more PRL.
Fat Wraps have officially returned to Wings Over Greenville for a limited time only. And to celebrate, Wings Over is giving fans an exclusive deal starting now through February 1st. Use promo code FATWRAP25 to get 25% off your first Fat Wrap. Make sure to download the Wings Over app and join the Frequent Flyer Club, where you can earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. And if you're a first-time user, get free tenders just for signing up. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver.
You would do anything to keep your family safe. Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. Hi, this is Mike Robertson, the owner of SCI Technologies. We have recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. The most cost-effective solutions for your home or business security and life safety needs. SCI Technologies, 252-321-7006. That's 321-7006.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at children'shealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
There's no better gift than the gift of confidence. At Beauty Bar Medi Spa, we'll help you glow all season long. From Botox, dermal fillers to facials and advanced laser treatments, our expert team delivers results that make you feel radiant, refreshed, and holiday party ready. And the best part, your journey begins with a free consultation, personalized just for you. Don't wait. Call Beauty Bar Medi Spa today or book online. Beauty Bar Medi Spa, because glowing skin is always in season. Go Pirates!
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Flatlands Jessup and Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price at Doug Henry of Greenville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's J-Bone.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Clip Brock out this week. It's the last day of me hosting. Clip will be back Monday. Happy to have him back. Hope everything has gone well in New Jersey, even though it's not an ideal situation with the death in the family. But let's check in with the Chili Water chat gang. Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
Great job this week, Jarrett. Misspelled my name. There's another T in there. Let's go Hoosiers. Yeah, we'll talk Indiana, Oregon coming up with Tony Dunn. Indiana, Oregon has been added to the pick sheet since there's not a lot of NFL games, with it being a wild card weekend. 14 teams left in the NFL, all vying for the coveted Lombardi Trophy. Jerry says, hello. La, la, la. PJ says, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Jamie says, Shirley did a smart enough to skip the social media goodbye post and won't say forever a pirate. He didn't say forever a pirate. He did do the social media post. And it may have sounded harsh what I was saying. I was this guy's number one advocate to be the true number two to start in the bowl game. I like Chasten Didda. I think he is good, and wherever he goes, I believe he will thrive unless it's Ole Miss. Like, that is freaking insane. That is insane to think that because John David Baker recruited him, he's going to go to Ole Miss. Deuce Knight, 5-star true freshman quarterback that was at Auburn, transfers. He's projected to go to Ole Miss. Deuce Knight may not even start. We're talking about a 5-star that was in the SEC as a backup last year, true freshman. He probably would not start at Ole Miss. PJ says Chasten Didda hit the portal. He did hit the portal. And Jamie says he did make a social media post. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Let's see. And then it's just a bunch of recruitment stuff like that. Joel says if Didda had stepped in as a backup for Memphis and put up the same stats to win a bowl game versus NC State, he wouldn't even be on our radar. If he thinks he's going somewhere better to start, confusing. And Jamie says Chambliss got denied another year. Yeah, that was the big story this afternoon. Trinidad Chambliss was denied a 6th year of eligibility. Was he seeking it because he got like tonsillitis or something? I saw somebody say that on Twitter. Maybe it was a joke, but what was he seeking the extra year for? Because it's not like he didn't miss. He was already a redshirt.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was apparently his 2nd year at Ferris State. He had respiratory issues that made him miss time, and that's kind of what they were looking at trying to get the red shirt for.
COVID?
Respiratory issues.
Vaxxed? Pirate fan, I believe this is Hunter, says, who is giving him money to start a handful of games that he played throughout the year? If he wanted to leave after next year, depending on how things played out, then fine. But these players have to prove something, especially if they want to move up in competition. Yeah, once again, it's a very confusing thing to me. And I forget that the portal's open till the 17th.
Oh, God.
Like, I forget that these guys, like, just because they didn't enter a month before it even opened or the first couple days, that they can still enter. So, confusing stuff. But last night, great game last night. Ole Miss, Miami. We'll play the call. Game-winning touchdown. Carson Beck. If you missed it, you could have heard it on Pirate Radio, and you can hear Indiana and Oregon coming up at 7 o'clock right after a rerun of the Parker Bird Show with Anthony Robles. But, Shirley, let's hear Carson Beck's game-winning touchdown.
3 receivers, bunt to the left. Beck is looking that way. And still looking. Takes off running. Carson Beck with his legs. Puts Miami on top.
Man, I hated Carson Beck forever because of Georgia. And now I kind of like him. Now I kind of like Carson Beck.
That's kind of, I mean, I've watched a lot more Georgia games than I thought I would have when he was there. And I thought he was okay. But, I mean, I also didn't see Miami in the national championship, and he's kind of done some of that.
And I mentioned it earlier. Miami's not really a true 10 seed. It's because they didn't win the ACC. But they were 10-2 coming in, and but Notre Dame would have won that game by 50 last night. Let's make that clear. Idiots. Miami being a 10 seed being in the national championship kind of gives you hope. Yeah. And it being a refreshing 4. I mean, Oregon's kind of always there, but they've never won the national championship. Indiana going from bottom to top as quick as they did. Ole Miss being in there with Lane leaving as well. And then Miami as a 10 seed there. It's refreshing to see these fields. I mean, last year it was Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, and it's kind of like bore. It's the same thing. But now, now that the money is evenly spread out, now that we're a few years into NIL and the money is being evenly spread, you're seeing these new things, and that gives you hope as a fan of East Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
The way Tulane performed, not really, but I don't know. I just like it, and I hope Miami wins.
I'm Indiana all the way.
Well, I'll tell you why I hope Miami wins. Because of one man, the playmaker, the showstopper, Michael Irvin. I want to see more Michael Irvin on my TV. And Shirley, we have 2 cuts from Michael Irvin. Let's play his reaction to the touchdown.
Way to go! Way to go, baby! Way to go, baby!
Way to go, baby! I love Michael Irvin. Love me some Michael Irvin. I mean, all fours. I don't even think like he's intoxicated. Like, there's nothing in that man's system.
Pure passion.
Maybe. I don't know, man. That guy's awesome. I love watching him. And Andre Allison brought it up when talking to Clip the other day. He said the marketing ploy of Michael Irvin on the sidelines. I said that's not a marketing ploy. Just in my opinion, that there's no way that's a marketing ploy. That man is, you just give him a field pass and he'll act like that. Hell, he acted like that forever on TV. Nobody told him to do that. He knows what the people want to see, and he's going to give the people a show. Also, Michael Irvin, post-game interview. He says they're going home all right.
Some crazy ideas that games don't matter when you play head-to-head. All of that stuff. And all the Miami just go home. Oh, we going home all right. But it ain't the kind of damn home y'all wanted us to go. We going home to play for the Natty.
I forgot the national championships in Miami.
Yeah.
I like it. Who do you think wins tonight, Nick? Indiana, Oregon. Who will face Miami?
Indiana.
Indiana?
God, I love Indiana.
Who's yours? So in the, I think just history of national championships and college football playoffs, so what, this goes back maybe 25 years?
Something like
when did they start playing national championships? Late 90s, early 2000s. I saw this on the Herd earlier, 7 repeat matchups from the regular season to the playoffs, and we saw one this year. In those repeat matchups, the winner of the regular season is 1-6 in rematches in postseason play, and the one came this year, Ole Miss Tulane.
Wow.
So I think Oregon wins. I want Indiana to win, but I've said it this week already. It seems like every year we have a quarterback that is like, hey, this guy's the best in college football. This guy will be the number 1 draft pick, and he loses. It happened to C.J. Stroud. Now, granted, he was not number one, but it happened to Bryce Young as well.
Yeah.
He was not, I don't even think he was in the playoffs that year. They lost to Georgia in the championship, I believe. It was a long time ago. Yeah. But, I kind of like Oregon here. But Fernando Mendoza is my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be something in the air tonight.
Root for the Calgary.
The stars will be right. Fernando. Love Fernando. He is going to be a great NFL quarterback. I don't even know where he's going. Where's he going, Nick?
I mean, if a team's picking one, he could go.
Who's picking one? Fernando Mendoza seems like a number 1 overall pick. Who's picking number 1?
I think it's the Raiders.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hate everything AI. I think all artificial intelligence is absolute slop. Microslop. Yeah, that was a big thing over the holiday break. Microsoft CEO said, "Stop calling AI slop. It's not productive. It's slop. Yeah. It's all slop." But I did see one thing I love from AI, and that was a AI projection of Fernando Mendoza's career. It was a 20-year career, 2 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl championships, and he ends his career a Raider.
Oh, one person that'd be real happy about that.
The Violator, Wayne Marbury. And myself.
Maybe more than one person then.
A lot of people. Raider Nation. Man, it's crazy. I'll drive around Greenville and I see like Raider fans. We're everywhere.
Hey.
We are everywhere.
Like the plague.
Black Death, baby. Let's go. Black Death. Indiana, Oregon, you can catch that game on Pirate Radio. Like I said, coverage starts at 7 o'clock tonight on Pirate Radio, right after a re-airing of the Parker Bird Show with Anthony Robles. Jamie in the Chili Water Chat Gang says, Raiders will be my new favorite team. Yes, they will. Nick, who do you think the Raiders should hire as a head coach? Rich Eisen, I was listening to him earlier this week. Rich Eisen, also on Pirate Radio. You can listen to that 12 to 3. He said, call Kirk Cignetti. Make him tell you no.
Personally, no. I think Cignetti has... He also, after winning the game last week, he immediately gets to renegotiate a new contract on top of the new contract he already got this year. So the amount of money you would have to pay to even get him out of Indiana is probably ridiculous in the first place. Personally, I think you give potentially Fernando Mendoza or whoever QB they end up drafting. I want to see Clint Kubiak.
My guy. This is why, man, the day I interviewed you, I walked out, I told Clip, that guy's going to be dynamite. That kid's got moxie. He's going to be dynamite. And this is why you were the best thing I've done at Pirate Radio. You are the greatest decision I ever made was hiring you because Clint Kubiak was the first name out of your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you're my guy. Hire Clint Kubiak. I'm sick and tired of retreads. I'm sick and tired. Take out Antonio Pierce and Dennis Allen over the last 15 to 20 years. We have hired nothing but retreads, nothing but other teams' failures. That is all we've hired. That's why I don't want Robert Saleh. That's why I don't want John Harbaugh. That's why I don't want these guys. Kevin Stefanski, I think he's going to be great in a team with a team like the Giants. I think he would be great there. I think Harbaugh's going to have immediate success. But every time we hire somebody else's guy, we get the worst version of him. Jimmy Garoppolo, all he does is win. He's got the 6th highest winning percentage as a quarterback. He comes to the Raiders, his brain falls out of his head. Gardner Minshew, solid backup. He could be a good bridge for you to go get a young guy, and he could develop him well. He comes to the Raiders, we get the worst version of him. Geno Smith, the worst version of him. Josh McDaniels, you thought it was bad in Denver, even worse in Las Vegas. John Gruden, like 2.0. Man, we can relive that success we had in the early 2000s. Nope, his brain is out of his head. Pete Carroll was so bad that Joe Biden's not even a meme anymore. When you talk about brain applesauce for brains, you don't even think Joe Biden anymore. You think Pete Carroll. That's how bad he sucks. He is bad. But more on that later. We'll talk plenty of NFL in the 4 o'clock hour. We need to go ahead and take a break so we can get up with Brandon Golden. New episode of the Brandon Golden Show dropped Monday with Mike Schilt, former St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego Padres manager. You can listen to that. Watch it right now on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. New episode coming Monday with Ricky Meinhold, Toronto Blue Jays pitching coordinator. A lot of great nuggets on the drafting of Trey Savage in that one. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll have BG on the other side of this break.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon's delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue electric, plumbing, and air.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Play it again, sports. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. I saved a bunch of cash. Buy, sell, trade. Using my gear like I never knew I could.
Play It Again Sports. Buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
Need to sell your house fast without fixing or even cleaning it? Call the Turner Home Team.
Hey, this is proud ECU alumni Justin Turner with the Turner Home Team. We buy houses as is in any condition for cash, and we can close in just days. As a real estate investor and licensed agent, my team and I can give you options when you need to sell. Sell fast or sell for top dollar. You choose what's best.
Call Turner Home Team or visit theturnerhometeam.com. They'll make a no-obligation cash offer for your home today.
Turner Home Team. Pirates supporting pirates.
Russell's is a full-service clothing store for both men and women. Family-owned and operated in historic downtown Washington for 41 years. This is Rhonda from Russell's, and we visit the country's largest markets to bring you quality clothing at affordable prices. From the finest in men's suits, sports coats and accessories to fashionable dresses, tops, and jewelry for the women. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. Give Russell's a try. You, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
This is Coach Ruffin McNeil, and when you tune into Pirate Radio, I can't guarantee what's going to happen, so listen at your own risk, please.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Flatlands Jessup and Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's J-Bone.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Back Pirate Radio Live, hour number 1. Still to come. Tony Dunn, Panthers C3 podcast. He'll join us at 4 o'clock talking all the games this weekend in the NFL, including Indiana and Oregon tonight in college football, which you can hear right here on Pirate Radio. Also, Tony Tsoukalas threw us a little bit of a curveball. He was supposed to be on at 3:05. He was busy watching Blazers practice a little basketball. So we'll get up with him at about 4:40. But for being thrown such a curveball, I think me, Nick, and Shirley have done a great job carrying this show so far. And with that, we will bring on Brandon Golden. BG, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. New episode of the Brandon Golden Show out now. Came out Monday with Mike Schilt. Just tell the people about that episode with Mike Schilt.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've had the opportunity to know Mike for a long time. And, when you have somebody that's been able to do all the things that he's done in this game at the highest level and then just be so gracious with his time and, resources just to be able to pay it forward and talk to us a little bit about his career and his thoughts on development. It was a pretty awesome opportunity.
Yeah, Brandon Golden joining us on the Turner Home Team live line. Mike Schilt retiring from managing the Padres this offseason, but now he is with the Orioles organization. What is that role he has there?
Yeah, it seems like it's like a special assistant role, like in the player development side of things. So, in the show, he talks about how he really enjoyed, his time in PD, which, for people that don't know what that is, that's more on the minor league side and anything below the big league. So he just really enjoyed that part of his career and that part of the game, and it seems like that's what he's going to be getting back to.
All right, sounds good. Coming up on Monday, a new episode with Ricky Meinhold of the Toronto Blue Jays organization. He's the pitching coordinator. A lot of great stuff in that interview about drafting Trey Savage. He was in the draft room. He said, we got to get this guy. To me, it seemed like they kind of looked at him side-eyed like, we picked 20th. He's not going to be there. Ricky Meinhold, tell the people about your conversation with him.
Yeah, Ricky's awesome. I had the opportunity to know him for a long time as well. Worked with him, when I was consulting at App, and it was really cool to hear him talk about it. And when you watch the video, just to see his face light up when he's talking about Trey and, being in the draft room, he's like, we feel like we got no chance of getting Trey Savage at 20. And when they get to that pick, he's still there. He talked about how he slapped the table and stood up and was just like, hey, man, like, this is awesome. And he was with them every step of the way from the moment they drafted him all the way up to the big league. So it's a pretty cool conversation where you get to hear about, what Trey has done, who he was, who he is, and, everything that happened there at East Carolina. He gives, the staff down there, Cliff, Austin, all the guys, major props of developing and setting the foundation, which I think is really cool. And I hope people don't overlook that. Like there's a lot of things that go into developing a player at any level, especially at the major league level. But Ricky, I want to almost quote what he said. I think he said like his development and his foundation started at East Carolina, and it's a pretty cool thing to hear that and to be able to see that because it's a fact.
Yeah, Trey Savage developed well here at East Carolina, and we talked to Danny Beal about Trey throughout the playoff run and in the World Series as well. And I mean, it's kind of a dumb question because I know that Trey's not going to get complacent, but with a player like Trey having such a great first season, pitching in the World Series, and I mean, shutting down Shohei Ohtani, how can a player like that, remain motivated and not get complacent?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Trey personally. I've had the opportunity to, talk with him here and there, but, just, I guess to answer your question, just look at what he's able to do. I mean, he got called up and he had an unbelievable experience, I'm sure, and then he's going to be able to go do more and more things. But to not be complacent, now he has the opportunity to win a starting role and be in the mix and do it every day for the course of an entire regular season. So I would imagine it's something he hasn't done yet, and it's definitely going to be something he's going to be motivated to do moving forward just because of the person he is.
Brandon Golden joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Brandon, you've hit the ground running here with your show on Pirate Radio. It seems like every day you're texting me like, "Hey, can we do this? Can we record then?" And it's great to see. Your show's been great. Love working with you. And before we let you go, I want to run through some NFL and college football playoffs. Have you been keeping up with the college football playoffs so far?
Yeah, a little bit. Last, over the New Year, we were down at the beach, and Jason Dietrich and I, we hang out every New Year's, and we were sitting there watching the stuff. So I didn't get to watch the game last night as much as I wanted to. I was at the facility late, but going to try to watch some games tonight.
What are you feeling with Indiana, Oregon? Who do you think will match up against Miami in the college football championship?
I'm going to take Indiana just by the way I was watching them play, and just by the way they go about their business, and it kind of feels similar to how the Pirates go about their business. So I'm rocking with Indiana.
All right, sounds good. Let's move over to the NFL. Do you have an NFL team that you follow, your favorite, fan of?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Panthers. Haven't really kept up with them a whole lot in the past few years, but I guess I've jumped back on the bandwagon since we got good again.
Well, we'll start there. Panthers hosting the first home playoff game in almost a decade, I believe. They'll face the Rams. Got to be the largest underdog as hosting a home playoff game. 10.5 for the Rams they're getting. What do you feel about the Panthers? Is it one and done, or you think they can go on a little bit of a run here?
I'm going to go with they're going to go on a little bit of a run here.
Wow. Any reason to that? They've lost 3 of their last 4. They made it the most. Go ahead.
Yeah, just wishful thinking.
All right.
Like who knows? Just a shot in the dark.
I was talking with Chandler here a few over the last couple of days, but that's the most Panther way to make the playoffs. You lose 3 of the last 4, and you have to wait for the Falcons and Saints game to end before you can get in 8-9 going into the playoffs. Any other teams you're looking at in the NFL playoffs? I mean, the Jags are white hot, 8-0 over the last 8 games, the best offense in the NFL over that stretch. What do you think about the AFC side of things?
I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't really even kept up with it.
Yeah.
No idea.
All right. Well, Brandon, tell us again, Monday, Ricky Meinhold, what can people expect from that conversation?
They can just expect to hear, a whole lot about, what it takes to develop as a coach and as a person, and just, how Ricky's thought processes are, who he is, how he develops players, and then hang in there for where we get towards the end where we talk about Trey, because it gets really cool. And it's just a really amazing opportunity to hear from somebody outside of the East Carolina area and the Greenville area talk about Trey and just who he is and how he handled that stage and kind of what's to come for him.
Yeah, great episode coming out Monday. And that last 15 to 20 minutes where he's talking about Trey Savage, a lot of people here in Greenville will be excited to hear that. But Brandon, once again, thank you so much, man. Your show's been great. It's an honor working with you. I love the show, man. So keep up the great work.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Same to you. It's been a blast.
All right, that was Brandon Golden on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Once again, you can catch the Brandon Golden Show right here on Pirate Radio. New episode dropping Monday. And the Turner Home Team. Are you looking to sell your house fast and without making any repairs? The Turner Home Team is a local home buying company, and they buy houses as is. Justin and his team can provide you with a fast cash offer for your house today. So give them a call, 525-4780. Let's check back in with the Chili Water Chat Gang, see what they're up to. Joel says, I don't know why, but when J-Bone wears that hat, makes me think of the Hot Now sign at a non-sponsored location. It's my Hank Williams Jr. hat. I'm not much of a coordinating an outfit kind of fella, but ever since I got this camo Pirate Radio hoodie, the only hat I wear with it is the Hank Williams Jr. hat. Very good fit, as the kids say. I love the hoodie, love all the stuff I get here at Pirate Radio. Shout out to Jonathan for keeping us well dressed in the latest Pirate Radio apparel. Jamie,
in the men's section.
This is not a woman's shirt, by the way. I think it's unisex. But yeah, it was in the men's section, unlike Wes's clothes. Harbaugh has to be the favorite to land the Raiders job. Best open job out there with Mendoza coming in. Brady has already reached out to him. Jamie says, Nick, what do you think about John Harbaugh getting fired? What do you think is the best destination for him?
New York Giants.
Yep.
I want it very badly. I think the Giants could be really fun, and Harbaugh would be a really good fit there. Him getting fired was kind of weird to me, and I think it's more so the fact that the Ravens just haven't had a ton of head coaches in their history.
I think this is the third.
Yeah, he was their third, so now they got to find their fourth head coach ever.
Yeah, and just from what I've read up on, listened to some stuff, clips on Instagram from podcasts, and this is from, not the best sources. I think Jason Wright, is that the whatever? Yeah. Controversial fellow, but he was talking about how the John Harbaugh thing was really just his loyalty to Todd Monken. That everybody wanted him to get rid of Todd Monken. Lamar Jackson was not happy with Todd Monken this season, and John Harbaugh said he would not be making any staff changes. So really loyalty is what got him fired. And look, there's no loyalty in sports anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, and Chasten did very clear about that. Okay, I like the kid, man. I wish him the best of luck, but by God, I think this was your best opportunity. And with Mitch Griffis coming in, from what I've heard, not the best at Wake Forest, but that was a while ago, so maybe things have changed going into, I believe, his 7th year of college football. He retired at one point, came back. So, we'll see how Mitch Griffis works out. But I think Chasten Ditta would have done great in a quarterback competition.
Yeah, I at least think if you're Chasten Ditta, you got to fight for it. See if
you got to fight.
Yeah,
for your right
to
play quarterback.
Yeah. You got to at least try.
Don't mess that up.
You got to at least try. And I'm not saying anything because that'd be, assumptions are really dumb. But, you look at Mitch Griffis and you go, you have to think you can beat somebody.
Yeah. And Mitch Griffis won't be the only quarterback we bring in the portal. No. There's some stuff going around about maybe within the next few weeks, somebody coming in. But I don't know, man. I was very excited to see how Chasten did in the bowl game. I think it kind of made the future look a little bright for next season. You lose Caton, and it's like, oh, man, we were that close. And, you look at this. The hires that the American teams made, the only one that really, comes out at me is Charles Huff. He did great at Marshall. He was pretty good at Southern Miss this year. Yeah. I think Charles Huff is a very good coach. Brian Hartline from Ohio State. That one's an interesting one. I think South Florida, they seem to be very invested in football. I think $25 million.
Oh my God.
In the funds for football. And Brian Hartline, very good coach. Developed a lot of great wide receivers at Ohio State. But Tulane, Will Hall, kind of an unknown.
Yeah.
Will Hall, not successful really anywhere else. He was on the staff, kind of promote within. I don't hate the hire. I don't really know a lot about Will Hall, so we'll see. Tulane losing a lot of talent as well. A lot of these teams are. Yeah. And then North Texas with probably my least favorite, and I hate that Alex Harper won't be on the show today. He is going out of town because he has a lot of thoughts on Neil Brown. I have a lot of thoughts on Neil Brown, and he's a West Virginia fan. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just hate bad coaching. That's all my thing. I hate bad coaching. And what Neil Brown did at West Virginia needs to be investigated because he would go into almost every season on the hot seat, and then he would do just enough to not get fired. And then they're like, all right, job security, he's safe. Next season, 3-9. It was just a never-ending cycle of you're on the hot seat, does enough to retain the job, back on the hot seat. It was infuriating. And West Virginia, I think, could have been a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny in the chat game. What's up, Kenny, man? Jarrett, a.k.a. J-Bone, have a great weekend. We better bring in another QB. Jordan Davis needs to make a statement with a good name. I believe so as well. Shirley was duped by a Dylan Raiola to East Carolina University graphic yesterday. If we could bring in a name like Dylan Raiola, not a fan.
No.
Not a fan of who he cosplays as either.
No.
But we're not good. That's, not even close to true. I don't even want to give that the time of day. That is nuts. But yeah, I think more quarterbacks are to come in the portal, and we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, Mitch Griffiths and Cole Hodge are the only two on the roster with Chasten Ditta entering the portal. We'll talk more about Chasten Ditta as the show goes on, and we'll come back with Tony Dunn. Panthers C3 podcast. We'll be picking tonight's matchup between Indiana, Oregon, and all the wild card games coming up this weekend. Panthers hosting their first playoff game in almost a decade. I think since 2015. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Because I think 2017 they made it as a wild card, but they didn't host. So we got that and much more on the way. Stay tuned for more Pirate Radio Live.
Aces for Autism, a nonprofit, is here to provide opportunities for individuals with autism and their families. A place of hope, joy, and success. Whether it's helping a child make their first sound or preparing a young adult for vocational opportunities, we provide support where it wasn't available before. You can help us support families by supporting Aces for Autism's Team Together campaign. There are many ways to participate, such as buying a brick or sponsoring a room. To learn more about our state-of-the-art facility, visit acestogether.com.
Rusty.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
Greenville Motor Company has proudly served Greenville for over 40 years. Driven by service, powered by trust, locally owned and operated by Tommy and Brian Cook and the Cook family. When you're looking for your next ride, choose from a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestic or import. If they don't have exactly what you want, they'll locate it for you. From your very first car to that luxury automobile you've always dreamed of, it's Greenville Motor Company, 1000 Southwest Greenville Boulevard, DriveHereNow.com. Driven by service, powered by trust, Greenville Motor Company.
Avast Pirates, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. 2026 has set sail and a new year means new gear. Take advantage of our end-of-year markdowns. You'll find major deals all throughout the store through the month of January. And don't forget, January means out with the old and in with the new. Loyal and bold, we'll buy your guns and gold. Start your year smart by trading treasures with us. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Brown & Wood's award-winning service department is open Monday through Friday. And don't forget, we have free pickup and drop-off. Every customer, when you come in for service, heavy repair, maintenance, it doesn't matter. You get a free car wash, dry, and vacuum. We've also got Tom Brown's favorite tagline, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
A quick getaway to paradise is as easy as breezing into 34 Degrees North restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel. Enjoy coastal Carolina cuisine featuring fresh local seafood or savor their hand-cut steaks. It's the premier dining destination on the Crystal Coast. The waterfront restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, dinner, and their popular weekend brunch. 34 Degrees North restaurant in Beaufort is open daily. Visit their website, 34degreesnorthrestaurant.com, or call 252-838-7250. 34 Degrees North restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel.
You would do anything to keep your family safe.
Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. Hi, this is Mike Robertson, the owner of SCI Technologies. We have recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. The most cost-effective solutions for your home or business security and life safety needs. SCI Technologies, 252-321-7006. That's 321-7006.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Flatlands Jessup and Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your dream home starts with an unshakable foundation. At Unshakable Builders, they don't just build houses, they build trust. From blueprint to keys, their expert team is with you every step of the way. You dream it, they build it. Visit unshakablebuilders.com to start your journey home the right way. Unshakable Builders. Build on a solid foundation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's J-Bone.
All right. Back with you, Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Still to come, Tony Tsoukalas. There was a little bit of a curveball. He was supposed to be on first segment, but he will join us at 4:45. Thank you to Brandon Golden joining us. New episode of the Brandon Golden Show out now on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. New one coming your way with Ricky Meinhold, pitching coordinator of the Toronto Blue Jays, this upcoming Monday. And now we introduce our guest, Tony Dunn, Panthers C3 Podcast. Tony, how you doing?
I am great, man. Happy to be here. Been a little sabbatical. You hit me with a text, and I was like, I was planning on coming, but I knew. I was like, it's been so long. Everybody just needs to cover their bases.
Yeah, everybody's been surprised. I guess they didn't know Clip was out, so I've been texting them, and they're like, yeah, I was planning on coming in anyway. It's like, well, with things changing and me taking over, I got to make sure. Because Morgan Ehlers, he's on vacation where he's not on today. Alex Harper going on vacation. He's off today. So today's been a lot of moving parts, but we appreciate you coming in.
It was reminiscent of, because I've been on this show now probably 12 years almost. And in the early phases, it was like, I was like, Clip, you got to text me the reminder because I just get rocking and rolling and be like, oh, crap, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. The Panthers are in the playoffs. It's a mixed bag. I saw Chandler make this.
Left side.
Strong side.
I got to introduce you. Man. Sorry.
Strong side.
Forgot you haven't been on yet.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Doing a great job.
Appreciate you.
Final day of guest hosting, so... But you've done great all week.
Yeah, getting a lot of praise. I haven't let it get to my head. I'm my biggest critic, so I got to bring myself down a notch. But yeah, appreciate it.
When you're the host, you can't get as mad.
I've been getting mad, but not at like the interns or anybody else here. I've been getting mad at because I get here earlier now and I'm show prepping and I watch Stephen A. Smith say the most idiotic things. Takes me back to a few years ago when I was doing nothing all day, but.
Chandler, I saw your excitement, your hype video, and I was like, I got to ask, was it authentic? Was that true excitement, or as a creator, were you juicing the excitement a little bit?
Tony, that was 100% natural.
You crazy.
I'm telling you, Tony. Now, I did. Now, the video of me coming out at the back of the buck, like that was. But there is a picture, there's a video of me with my hands on my face. I'm crying. You can ask Joe Wilkins, you can ask Jenny Shelton, you can ask Dan.
You are really
hold on.
this.
You think it's crazy that he was crying that they made the playoffs? I was crying that we won our third game. Daniel Carlson made that 60-yard field goal. It was just me and my buddy Isaac, and I do the Dave Chappelle, tears rolling down my face.
I'm happy the Panthers made the playoffs, but your level of excitement, I was like, content creator. Great job.
No, man, that is true emotion. I was very excited.
Props to Chandler because one, you're good at that kind of stuff. I would have shut that down immediately. No, I'm not doing a video about this, and I also would not have watched that game in public if I was a Panther fan. If the Raiders needed to do something to make the playoffs, I would lock myself in a dark room and just sit there on the edge of my seat for so long. But Panthers are in the playoffs, man. Got to be.
There is a playoff, Charlotte, and we're in it.
Beep, beep, beep. We backed up right into the playoffs.
And we got in, and we got in the way I didn't want to get in. I wanted to win on Saturday. I wanted to celebrate on Saturday. I wanted to see us putting the hats on after beating Tampa Bay, but instead we have to go to our friends in Atlanta and say, go beat those Saints.
Send it down to Tony.
Like I said, I'm happy, but I'm not excited. I'm happy. I actually think that in some ways it's going to mislead us in what this season was and what the Panthers' success was. Now, and there's a couple of ways. Is one, which I don't think this one's going to happen, but like some people are worried or concerned. I was listening to some Charlotte radio, and it was, oh, well, you made the playoffs, and now their concern is that the exuberance or the success of making the playoffs may mask the need to address some real concerns for the team, which that was a take I didn't think of, because I'm more concerned that this could really destroy the Panthers if they get blown out.
Yeah, I don't agree with the it'll blind like the needs stuff. I think I like Dan Morgan. Right. I think he's a good GM. My concern with this, and Ovius and Giglio, I watched them. They talked about it with somebody from the Charlotte Observer, that this will be bad for the development of a young team. Because, I mean, you go 8-9, and like making the playoffs masks a lot of the problems of this season, but the draft pick gets pushed back. Now you play a tougher schedule next year because you won the division.
Right.
That's what concerns me, is that like maybe this is their peak, and their peak for right now should have been third or second in the division, not winning it.
Right. I think there's 3 outcomes for this game. Right, and I'll go through them in just one second. But when it comes to that, like what you're talking about, is you finish 8-9. The reason you're a division winner is because the division itself,
it's bad,
or competitive. How about that? How about a lot of parity in there? No, but that you didn't have a division one, even if the other two of the teams. Right. I mean, one of the teams was kind of in your range, and you're kind of battling for that second, third, like those. The first spot, you didn't have a 10 or 11 win team, and what that does is that, like, you really had a 2-game improvement.
Yeah.
Is that what you did is you had a 2-game improvement. You weren't truly a division winner in a sense, right? Or like thrusting into next season, like, okay, taking over the division, gonna make maybe some noise in the playoffs, and then next year potentially is like we're gonna catapult from 10 to 12 or something to that effect. So I almost feel like if we would have finished 8-9 and there would have been a team that had 11 wins, we would have been second. We wouldn't have made the playoffs. And I would have actually found that just as successful as the season, because you progressed. You had a second-year head coach, struggled, some questions, going to have to improve in his third year. But you had some answers, or at least improvement was your answer, right? And that is marked, steady, notable improvement, instead of just leapfrogging like you're doing a Bears thing and you're just going to the stratosphere. Is we go 6, we go 8, we go 10, 11, and next year is the year. But here's the thing that I worry about is when the Panthers now are in this playoff position, de facto winners of the division. There's 3 outcomes for this game. The one is the stunner, right? Is any given Sunday, the Panthers stunned the Los Angeles Rams about 5 weeks ago. They come here. The Panthers had 5 defensive starters out. I mean, we thought the Rams are the best team in the league at the time. They have struggled over the last month. The Rams are not impervious, to they've had some ups and downs, but we stunned them. Is the Panthers have had two. They're 2-0 against 10+ spreads, 10+ dogs, which is crazy, right? But it was a stunner. The second outcome, there's two good outcomes and one terrible one. The stun, right, is any given Sunday. It could happen. Then you could have a battle. You can just have it's like, you're punching out of your weight class. You're fighting a better fighter. And they really are. Sorry, I'm knocking your computer here. Yeah. They're a better team you got the MVP quarterback. You have a coach who is arguably and somehow is the quietly the best coach in the league. Yeah. We don't think of Sean McVay. Is McVay, right? Yeah. We don't think of him. His name doesn't come to mind every moment when we think of best coaches. But look, these guys they're incredible, right? I mean, he's a proven coach. They have good incredible wide receivers. They're a better team at every level, right? So if you can just punch and fight and contend and maybe lose by 10, but respectably, right? That's growth, right? You get a little playoff taste. You get, you're chiseled. The problem I have is that the Carolina Panthers have lost. When they have lost this season, their offense has disappeared. It's been gone. And so if you go out there and you get blanked 24-3.
And Bryce throws 3 interceptions.
Right. Does this actually set you back because you walk into an offseason going, oh, God, is Bryce, can we really win with this guy? Is Dave Canales, this offense is the problem. So I'm excited. I'm happy we made the playoffs. I'm not excited. I'm excited. I hope that we're punching and fighting, and I hope we stun. But if we get blanked and the offense disappears, the questions that will emerge for my podcast will be problematic.
There's some highlights. Like the running game looked good in moments. The offensive line was not abysmal. The defense looked good.
That's disappeared over the last month.
You find your number one receiver in Tet. But the question that we went into the season with is still the question we're exiting, and that's Bryce Young.
Yeah, and until you know who your quarterback is, you don't have a quarterback. And I really want Bryce to be. I almost feel like this is that if the Panthers would have finished 8-9 and you had that 11-win team and we did – I would have, this exact team, up and down, this exact team, I would have gone, all right, let's, continue forward. Like, Bryce might not be an elite quarterback over the long term of his career. Might not be the best thing ever, but let's just keep slow building, give Canales time to continue to grow as a coach. But I'm concerned. And I know that sounds like, Panther fans would get on me all the time. It's like, oh, negative Nancy, negative. But this could, in the worst case scenario, I feel like set the organization back. But great news is, if we need a QB sneak, we just get Cam in there because he's going to be banging the drum.
He's going to be banging the drum, baby.
Susan Dean brings it up, Tony. I'll never forget you dressed up as Cam Newton when you sat beside us.
Yeah. Oh, I dressed up as was that when I was old lady Cam?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Grandma
did you do
Cam.
that?
Oh, man. I would go super Cam back in the day.
Yeah.
I would wear the cape, or like a handmade cape that then went through a couple of iterations. I have Cam has signed it.
Nice.
I got my son it cost me a $120 Lego set. I said, if you get this, bro, I got you. And then, but then when he went through remember he wore the bonnets? Yeah. I would dress up and wear the bonnets. I'm pretty sure that's when I went.
Oh, man.
Joel says, hopefully it'll pour down rain again. It's going to be a poop show, and no flea flickers, please.
No. Yeah. You mentioned that the run game was such a strength of the Carolina Panthers, and it was for the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
And then when they started their run, they played Miami, they played the Jets, they played these teams that were really poor against the run.
Cowboys.
Yeah, and they just rocked it. But over the last month, they have failed to run the ball.
Yeah.
Right, and as they failed to win the line of scrimmage, and Robert Hunt's going to be back, but, he's coming off a torn bicep. It's slightly rushed. He's even admitted that, I think it can hold up. He's not like, oh, I'm great.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to win the line of scrimmage. They're going to have a lot of things go for them well, which they did in the first game. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But, I mean, there's a reason it's a 10.5 spread. And has that line moved, I wonder?
No, I wrote down the spreads on the pick sheet this week. This was as of 1:30, 10.5.
So it's staying stable.
Yeah. Before we make our picks, we'll take a break before we make our picks. But I do want to transition to college football. I put Oregon, Indiana on the sheet since there's not a lot of NFL games this week. But before we get to that, last time you were in here, you talked about how bad college football is now with the portal, and you made the comment, Cliff, you should probably get into politics now.
Yeah.
Chasten Didda, I think, is the most damning piece of evidence of how bad college football is, because he plays great for the circumstances in the bowl game.
All right.
8 for 17, 2 touchdowns, and then he enters the portal. And at the beginning of the show, we talked about it, and you got people in here saying, well, who recruited him? That's probably where he's going. If this man goes to Ole Miss, what the hell is going on? He played great for the circumstances, but if you put that box score any other game, that's a bad game. 8 for 17 is not good.
I can tell you right now, on January 9th, he's not going to Ole Miss.
No, and that's why I was my mind was so boggled early on. And first thing that popped into my head when I saw you enter the portal, it's like, okay, well, we brought in Mitch Griffiths, we're bringing in somebody else. He probably wants a guaranteed starting spot, and the first school that came to my mind was Campbell. Somebody brought up Coastal. It's like he's going to have to compete at Coastal. He's going to have to compete wherever he goes that is at the FBS level.
I was listening to, and I'm like not a college football aficionado, so I can't go ins and outs, but I think it was a quarterback from Washington that was going to
Damon Williams
that was going to leave, and now he's going to stay.
Well, he signed the deal, $4 million to stay at Washington, and then 4 days later, while the entire athletic department of the university is at a funeral for a soccer player that died, he's like, I'm out of here.
Right, and then they threatened with the legal action.
And then his agent dropped him, and then
they're going to have to build more of those things into these NIL contracts to get them for more than a year. But I wonder, but in that same breath that I was hearing that story, they were talking about, and these are the last bowl games, right? There's 2
games, the semifinals tonight,
right. So there's no other small ancillary bowl games, right? So I'm assuming they were talking about the running back for Oregon, that maybe they're hurt, they've had some injuries.
He's out tonight.
But one's going to transfer and he's going to play.
Yeah.
And
a guy we just got, Ray Joseph, on Miami, transfers, comes here.
Okay.
Miami won.
So I think it was, but they were like, oh, well, he's leaving, but he's going to play in the bowl game. And it was like, well, this is kind of and the coach had historically not played guys that were going to transfer. And I was like, oh man, he's got big money. This guy must. They said he had 24 carries for 100 yards this year. I was like, what? Yeah. Maybe I was like, they must just pass to their running backs only.
You were talking about Ray Joseph coming here while his team is heading to the national championship. John David Baker's on the sideline, co-offensive coordinating last night.
It was nice to hear an East Carolina name drop on the pregame.
Yeah. But in the same season, he has coached 2 teams.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And Lane Kiffin would be doing the same if LSU was worth a damn, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll go ahead and pick tonight's matchup, Oregon-Indiana. Clip is on Oregon. Chandler, who you got?
I'm going Indiana. That was my dog of the day yesterday. 3.5. I've actually went ahead to DraftKings. I've moved it to 5.5, and I think you can get it now at plus 123 is what I got it at. And I'm also going Roman Hemby, the running back to score.
Okay. Tony, who you got?
I'm picking Indiana, not because I know who is going to win this game or have any reason to, other than it feels like this is just a story I'm been cheering for this season. You got the kid crying and the
Fernando.
I mean,
it sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God.
Yeah, but it's also just so great.
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God.
It actually turned out to be a great interview.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it felt like it was going to come off the rails in the beginning. I just like this is like, man, Indiana to knock off these big dogs. Let's go.
And it's crazy. I talked about it yesterday. It's like in football, when a guy takes over a bad program or a bad team in the NFL, they talk about like a grace period. He gets a grace period. Right. Curt Cignetti didn't need a grace period. He took literally the worst program in the power conferences and immediately has them undefeated in the semifinals, about to win the college football national championship.
It's a crazy story.
It's the greatest story, I think, because he's at Alabama. He tells Nick Saban, like, hey, I'm going to coach IUP. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I just really want to be a head coach. And then James Madison takes it over, takes him to the top. Now doing the same with Indiana. Great story of Curt Cignetti. I'm going to go Oregon, though. I saw a stat on the herd. I mentioned it earlier. In repeat matchups in postseason college football, teams, the team that won in the regular season is 1-6 over the years. That one came this year with Ole Miss beating Tulane again. I'm going to go Oregon for that reason, and I just think anytime a quarterback his name is boosted up as the number one quarterback in the draft, they always lose.
Say that stat again.
So over the history of postseason college football, when there's a repeat matchup in the playoff or national championship, the team that won in the regular season is 1-6 in the postseason.
Oh, because that lends to what happened to Georgia.
Yeah.
Right?
And,
okay.
Ole Miss is the only one in that one with beating Tulane in the regular season and in the playoffs. So
stats to consider.
Shout out J-Mac. That was good. Let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we will be picking every game in Super Wildcard Weekend. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back with more Pirate Radio Live.
Everyday children in eastern North Carolina are fighting the unimaginable pediatric cancer. Riley's Army stands beside them, offering financial and emotional support, food cards, gas cards, and a community of care. But we can't do it without you. Visit Riley'sArmy.com to donate, volunteer, or learn more. Together we can bring comfort, hope, faith, and strength to these brave families and children. Riley's Army, because no family should fight alone.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's new weekly lunch specials are here and only for $8.99. Stop by Monday through Friday and enjoy chicken and pastry, spaghetti, meatloaf, hamburger, steak, and everyone's favorite fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks with friends. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Straight out of Kinston, Chili Water by Carolina Ice Company just iced the competition. Officially ranked the #1 American-sourced water on the H2O Score app and #2 in global purity, beating out 99.9% of those overpriced premium glass bottles. Purified or sparkling, both built to dominate your cooler. Find participating locations and order online at chiliwater.com or find us on Amazon. Tap into something better. Zero sugar, zero plastic, zero regrets. Stay chilly.
Want to make your day better? You can now order 2 large original crust one-topping pizzas from Papa John's for only $9.99 each. Take advantage of this awesome carry-out special now by logging on to papajohns.com and make today a pizza day for only $9.99 each. Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards and start earning points for your favorite menu items. Go Pirates!
At Flatlands Jessup, when we say your whole world covered, we really mean it. Our agency is dedicated to offering every type of coverage you might need, from farm owners and crop, home and auto insurance to health and life policies. We've designed our services to ensure that every aspect of your insurance needs are met, all under one roof. Whether you're safeguarding your family, your farm, your property, or your future, we'll build a customized risk management program for your needs. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
Russell's is a full-service clothing store for both men and women. Family-owned and operated in historic downtown Washington for 41 years. This is Rhonda from Russell's, and we visit the country's largest markets to bring you quality clothing at affordable prices. From the finest in men's suits, sports coats, and accessories to fashionable dresses, tops, and jewelry for the women. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. Give Russell's a try. You, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Fat Wraps have officially returned to Wings Over Greenville for a limited time only. And to celebrate, Wings Over is giving fans an exclusive deal starting now through February 1st. Use promo code FATWRAP25 to get 25% off your first Fat Wrap. Make sure to download Download the Wings Over app and join the Frequent Flyer Club, where you can earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. And if you're a first-time user, get free tenders just for signing up. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver.
This is Bruce Bivens, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Flatlands Jessup and Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back at Langley Contracting. They are the superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, they've got you covered. And best of all, they handle your insurance claims. They're locally owned right here in Eastern North Carolina, licensed, insured, and carry a 25-year roof warranty. They can handle your gutter installation too, so everything's seamless. You can call or visit them online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today. Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's J-Bone.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Nick. Here on a Friday, Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to Brandon Golden joining us earlier. Still to come, Tony Tsoukalas, reporter for UAB and Alabama. Going to talk about this Sunday's matchup between the East Carolina Pirates and the UAB Blazers. Also, take a look at what Alabama's looking like in the portal since we are, 239 days away from that kickoff?
We're on the David Price Construction countdown to kickoff.
Jamie in the Chili Water chat gang says, Jared, how can you pick against your future Super Bowl winning quarterback? Well, Chandler choked so hard in Week 16 that I have a chance, Tony has a chance to win the picks. So I'm going to go against Chandler and Tony and pick the Ducks. Also, I
so
just think Oregon wins.
This is going with our NFL picks?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Let's do 7.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Rams at Panthers. Clip's got the Rams. I will join him. This is probably the easiest game to pick of the weekend.
I am going Rams as well.
Maybe not. Maybe the second easiest pick because the easiest one comes Monday night. You're going with the Rams?
Yes.
All right.
I am sadly going to pick the Rams. I have historically been bad at picking the Panthers this season, so maybe that will help the Carolina Panthers. I'm hoping the Carolina Panthers can cover this spread. If that happens, that's going to be a win in my mind for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, it seems like Vegas likes Panthers plus 11 because it went up to 11 and then just immediately kept going back down to 10.5. So, yeah, Rams 10.5 point favorites on the. Can you remember like a spread this big for a home playoff team?
Oh, no.
This is great. Like 10.5 points and you're hosting a playoff game.
Yeah. And you don't want this to be the game that like ruins the playoff structure or changes the playoff structure, because there's always there's a group of people that want.
Yeah, and the Lions proposed it last offseason, and they'll probably do the same thing again and probably get some supporters with the 8 and 9 team hosting one of the best teams in the league.
I like the division setup though. I like the idea of a division winner getting a bid out, but if there was going to be a middle ground to concede, is maybe the winner of the division doesn't automatically get the home playoff game. I could see that.
Which is crazy because if the Lions got their way and it was like how they wanted it, you'd have 3 NFC West teams hosting a home playoff.
I know. And, a lot of people are talking about that this is actually the best case scenario for the Rams. Is if they would have finished 1 seed up, then you're talking about having to play a Packers or Bears.
Yeah.
And a more difficult matchup in the first round for them.
All right, so we're all on the Rams. We'll go to one of the most exciting games of the weekend, Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Prime Video. Packers at Bears. Supposed to be 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Not sure about the precipitation yet. Could be some snow. Clip is on the Bears. What do you guys got?
I'm also going Bears. I know I mentioned it yesterday. We've talked about it all year, kind of putting a question mark or an asterisk beside the Bears. Or how good are they? Or is this a fluke? And I think the Bears are actually really, really good under Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams.
I don't think you should be allowed to make this pick.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because you have taught junk about the Bears being fraudulent
I know.
all year.
Well,
you couldn't get on it.
halfway through the season.
No, it was just like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago that you were still like, I can't do it. You finally switched in maybe the last 2 weeks we made picks.
Well, I'm switching. I'm going Bears at home.
Gosh, I'm sadly going, this stinks. How am I going to catch you if we make all the same picks? But I don't like the Packers right now. As their defense has been atrocious. I know they sat a lot of starters in their last game.
Yeah, Jordan Love is not good.
He throws they like to throw, and against the Panthers they did this a lot. It's just these prayer balls up, and they're okay with it. And it's just like
you're not going to get a lot of that in 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts this week.
No, and I mean this is going to be tough for Caleb Williams. I mean this is going to be a real test, but. Right now, I'm going to stop picking against. This is kind of the Bears are kind of like that 2015 Panthers a little bit. Is like you just don't want them to be good, but they are. DJ Moore is great. I'm going Bears here.
Yeah, this is the toughest one for me because, I mean, just looking at it from a money standpoint, Vegas standpoint, the Bears opened up as 1-point favorites and immediately did flip the Packers 1.5. So. I want to go Packers here, but just like Chandler said, Jordan Love has not looked the best. I like
without
Josh
Micah
Jacobs,
Parsons too.
Without Micah Parsons, the Bears have done exactly what I think the Raiders can do, and go get a young offensive line, get your franchise guy at number one, and then spend so much money on that offensive line. And they gave Caleb Williams an offensive line like that this offseason, and so I'll go with the Bears here because of that. Coming up next, Sunday, 1 o'clock, Bills at Jaguars. Clips on the Bills. I'll go ahead and tell you this right now. The Jaguars are white hot. Saw this earlier today, these stats over the last 8 weeks for Jacksonville.
It's crazy.
They are 8-0. That's tied for first for best stretch since week 11. Points per game differential, plus 19.1. That is first in the NFL. Points per game, 33.6. That is first in the NFL. And points per game allowed. You know, the offense is the talking point, but they've only allowed 14.5 points, which is also first in the NFL. I'm going Jags here. I think they win by a lot.
Wow.
I would take the over just solely based on Jacksonville. I think this is the game that finally gets Sean McDermott fired. He should have gotten fired after the 13-second comeback against the Chiefs. They should have fired him over the last couple years because you had Ben Johnson there. Ben Johnson and Josh Allen would have been electric, but instead you're going to get John Harbaugh maybe, which isn't going to be bad, or you promote Joe Brady within, which I think would be bad. But this game gets Sean McDermott fired finally.
You know, you mentioned the Jags, and the story is that offense kind of coming on in the back half of the season.
Jacoby Myers.
But yeah, and that really is when it's kind of the tides turn. But that defense has been just solid all season long. This is a tough game to pick for me, right? Is because, like, how do you really believe in the Jags, right? But I'm gonna go Jags here because of that defense. Bills on the road, which I don't think is a monumental advantage for the Jags being at home. But that Bills defense has been problematic.
Yeah.
This season.
They have the worst rush defense of all the playoff teams. So expect a big game from Travis Etienne.
Y'all will have a chance to catch me because I'm going Bills on the road.
So, Tony, you're going Jags?
Yeah.
I'm going Bills on the road. I believe in Josh Allen, and I believe he gets the win this weekend. And it's going to be Josh Allen versus Josh Allen.
I think that's a fair perspective. I mean, that's the thing, is that it's the Josh Allen effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like him alone is a
But, man,
is a
like,
problem.
these last few weeks, he tries to play that hero ball, and it's so stupid. I mean, he hurt his foot against the Browns because he's running back and scrambling, takes like a 30-yard sack on the one. And it's like, and then he does the same thing the next week. Like, Josh Allen is great, man. He's like a mix of Cam Newton and Ben Roethlisberger, but when he is bad, he is bad.
You hope he's not coming back to the first season, Josh Allen. I think it was in a playoff game, or somehow they were, and it was his first playoff game. It was
Texans.
And he like threw it backwards, and he looked like he had smoked meth, and he was like, his eyes were so big. It was just like, he had
Adam Gase eyes.
Yeah. It was, and then he really changed trajectories and has just like grown and matured as a quarterback. But you hope that that's not where it's at, this like just desperation ball.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Tony and myself are on the Jaguars. Clip and Chandler on the Bills. Niners, Eagles, Sunday, 4:30. Clip is on the Eagles. I will join him there. I have an interesting stat once you guys pick. Chandler, who you got?
I'm going to go Eagles. I'm going to go home team here.
I'm really surprised that this line is this high.
5.5.
Injuries. Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall probably not playing. Pearsall doesn't really affect my thought process too much, but Trent Williams, when he is inactive, Adam Shine was talking about this the other morning. When Trent Williams is inactive with the Niners, 4-13. The Niners are 4-13 when he doesn't play.
Yeah, that alone I think is going to help me. As I've been an Eagles kind of supporter or believer, or just not picking against them. They have not been good though this year, but they still win games somehow. I think it's just going to be a tall task for the 49ers on the road going across. But this is the game. This is, to me, I think this line is too big, but maybe, like you said, there's injuries or the reason they believe it. But Christian McCaffrey alone, Saquon and Christian McCaffrey in the same game.
Yeah.
If Saquon doesn't step up and show out.
He's had 400 yards over the last 4 games. So I mean, he's gotten back into his rhythm by the first 75% of the season, he was non-factor.
Disappeared. So I'll pick the Eagles reluctantly here.
Yeah, stat I was talking about, 49ers, specifically Kyle Shanahan, against the Vic Fangio defense, they averaged 12 points a game.
Oh, that's not a good stat.
Not a good stat, and the Niners defense has not been great this year, riddled with injuries as well, so I think Eagles win big here. Next one on the docket, Chargers at Patriots. The Patriots are tough to believe in. They have one win over a winning team this year. I'll give you another one. First time NFL playoff quarterbacks, 1937-1 against the spread. Drake May kind of overachieved this year. The Patriots as a whole kind of have. I want to pick against the Chargers because it's the Chargers in the playoffs, but this one's tough.
How'd you not bring that stat up though when we're picking the Bears? Caleb Williams, that stat would work for him too.
Yeah, I kind of just remembered it, and this is the one that I wrote the stat down for.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. This is tough to figure out. What do you guys got?
I'm going Patriots at home. I mean, and I was going to go ahead and pick the Patriots here, but you have kind of helped me find confidence in that pick because just the way you talk about the Chargers.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert gets propped up every time he makes the playoffs, and then they're up 27-3. They blow the lead, and I get Brandon Staley. His defense was terrible. That was a whatever game. And then last season going in, they faced the Texans. Everyone's like, oh, Texans, easy. Justin Herbert goes out, throws 3 picks. So it's tough. He's still got the excuses. Amari and Hampton may not play. They have the 32nd ranked pass protection, 31st run protection. It's a bad offensive line.
Their defense is good though.
Defense is great.
Defensive coordinator is
Jesse Minter
being celebrated as the next hidden great coach.
Yeah. I think he'll be in Baltimore, but I'll go Patriots reluctantly.
I'm going to go Patriots confidently. Or excitedly.
Yeah.
I know that, look, everybody is, a lot of people, particularly is in preparation for the Panthers taking on the Rams. I've been listening to a lot of Rams coverage, and the Rams fans are just like, this Stafford head and shoulders MVP. I mean, and look, he's had an incredible season, 47 touchdowns, only, 10 picks. He set the record for the most touchdowns without throwing an interception this year, and he's just had... and then they continue to reference how poor and how crappy the Patriots' schedule is.
Yeah.
Right? So in one breath, out of one side of their mouth, they're talking about like how the Patriots are nothing, and Drake May is like, oh, kudos, well, good for him. I mean, he runs the ball and throws the ball, but they haven't played anybody. And then at the same time, they're celebrating Matt Stafford, who's had this really impressive season, but they're like, he's lost to the Falcons and to the Panthers. So Drake May has been incredible this year. Vrabel. I wanted Vrabel in Carolina.
That's when
this run game. What's the weather going to be like?
Yeah.
I like Justin Herbert. I think he's amazing. I know that you put this. I think the Chargers defense is legit. I just think the Chargers have had. They don't have their rookie running back.
Yeah, he's questionable, but it's not looking good.
It's just in that offensive line, if you're trying to get in the trenches and run the ball, come back. I just think the Patriots have been a good overall team, and you can't help who you play on their schedule. They beat the teams that were on their schedule, and they beat them, a lot of them, in tough situations on the road and decisively.
So we're up against it, and this is a great game to be up against it for because this one will go quick. All I got to mention, Mike Tomlin, last 6 playoff games, 0-6 straight up, 0-6 against the spread. Has not won a playoff game in 9 seasons. Easy pick, Texans.
If the Steelers were my mother, then the Texans would be my daddy. No, didn't he do that? Some line about?
If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah. No, it's the Texans' defense is really good, and I'm surprised they didn't play better in their final week. Give me the Texans.
Yep. Everybody wants to bring up cold weather. How can C.J. Stroud? How can a dome team perform in cold weather? C.J. Stroud played at Ohio State. Let's remember that. So, Texans, easy one. Tony, thank you so much, man. Before we let you go, tell the people where they can find your stuff.
Yeah, tomorrow, the Panthers kick off at 4:30. We'll be doing the post-game show. You can check it out live on YouTube. It'll be on X and Facebook, but YouTube is the bread and butter there. Jump in. We take calls. We kind of very similar to this post-game show. We go to the end, and then we're either getting ready for another playoff game, which would be wild, or we're going to be talking about on Tuesday nights, live every Tuesday, 9 p.m., same places. You can find the audio podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get that. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, thank you. Tony Dunn, C3 Panther Podcast. We'll be back on the other side of this break with Tony Tsoukalas, UAB reporter, Alabama reporter. We'll talk about UAB ECU coming up this Sunday, and ECU Alabama coming up in 239 days on the David Price Countdown to Kickoff. We'll be back with more on the other side of this break.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Dixon Williams, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
Transform your home and make a fresh start in 2026 from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Right now, during our New Year New Comfort event, save up to 70% off clearance furniture store-wide. We're clearing out a wide selection of Lazy Boy, Bassett, Maven, and Kincaid, all at incredible clearance savings up to 70% off. Enjoy healthful sleep with a free motion base upgrade with mattress purchase during the New Year New Comfort event, going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Are you looking to purchase a new home, or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
When it comes to building or remodeling your home, every detail matters. Hi, this is Kathy Herring with KDL Construction, and we believe great design begins with careful planning and ends with flawless execution. With open communication and a true partnership mindset, we guide you through every step, turning your vision into reality. Our goal, to deliver more than a building project. We create an experience that is seamless, stress-free, and inspiring. Visit KDLConstructionLLC.com to start your transformation today. KDL Construction, your vision, our craft.
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see, for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality, that's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
This is Mac McCarthy, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. And their mission is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or give them a call at 752-1600. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's your host, J-Bone.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Nick. Back with you. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to Tony Dunn, Panther C3 Podcast. Joining us to preview all the NFL games in Super Wildcard Weekend and the Peach Bowl coming up tonight as well. Also, thank you to Brandon Golden joining us in hour number 1. But right now, we head out to the Turner Home Team Live line to talk to Tony Tsoukalas, covering UAB and Alabama. Tony, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for joining us. I know we've had to move it around a little bit, but thank you for finding some time to come on the show.
Yeah, and credit to you, man. Had no one asked me how to say my name, you aced it. I mean, I was a little bit worried. Most of the time when I come on these shows, I never know what I'm going to get.
No, I looked up some of your appearances on other shows just to see how they pronounced it, and I asked you because I wanted to get it right. So, yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so the UAB Blazers will travel to East Carolina University to play the Pirates at Minges Coliseum this Sunday. So just real quick, initially, can you just run down how the season has been so far for the Blazers?
You know, they didn't return anybody from last year. No scholarship players, and they certainly play like it. You know, they've got some quality players, but it's really consistency with this UAB team. You know, they lose their first ever SWAC game. Or a game to a SWAC opponent, losing to Alabama State, and then they come back and they record a big win. In other areas. I mean, it's just like they can't make up their mind. I don't think they're as bad as what they look like when they're not doing well, and I don't think that they're as good as when they look like when they're doing as good as they can. So it's really just been kind of an inconsistent performance. They've got some talent on this team. They're a little bit undersized. But when you look at it, I think the ceiling is still higher than what we've seen from a 10-6 team. It's just a matter of, can they play at their top performance, or can they even really find that ceiling? And that's been the real challenge.
UAB 1-2 in conference play. On the defensive side of things, Jordan Riley scores 29 points against Temple the other night in a losing effort in Philadelphia. Gio Emajuru, 19 points, 9 rebounds. How is UAB built differently built defensively to take on Jordan Riley? And do they have size to attack Gio Emajuru down low?
I don't have the number right in front of me, but UAB is one of the smallest teams in the nation. I think they're like 346, but they don't always play like that. I mean, before conference play, they were one of the best rebounding teams in the nation. Now they've been out-rebounded in all 3 of their conference games. So it's kind of balancing out. I still think they have some bodies to, stack up against Gio, but that is one area that if I'm East Carolina, I'm trying to get it into my 6'10", 260-pound guy and then really kind of impose my will against a smaller, UAB I think only has a 6'8", players. So it's difficult there. I think that's one of the areas that they would look to exploit. A couple of times, the 3-point defense hasn't been great for UAB. Now, with East Carolina, I think, they're second worst in the nation in 3-point percentage. That might be something that, UAB can not have to worry about as much, whereas in recent games, that they've kind of had to worry about that. And then it's always tough to win on the road, right? So I think, with East Carolina, you've got a more experienced group. I just talked about how, UAB doesn't return anyone. I think you're going to be playing a more gelled unit in East Carolina at their place. So in terms of that matchup, I think I'd pick UAB in this matchup, but I do think that there's ways, whether it's just from experience or size, or that East Carolina could come away with a win.
Offensively for the Blazers, who will the Pirates struggle with?
I think, we're always talking about consistency, and this guy probably won't start, but Chance Westery is a person that played at Auburn, played at Syracuse. He's got the ability. He is a power 4 guy if he plays up to his potential. Right now, he's averaging 15.8 points, and he's one of the best passers. He's got 4.3 assists per game. I think he's a guy that can really hurt any team that UAB plays. On the defensive side of the ball, you'll see Andy Kennedy rip into him. He's just not consistent on defense, and that kind of limits his playing time and what they can do with him in terms of potential. But from the offensive standpoint, I really like Chance Westery. I like Jacob Myers, a guy that can really shoot. Especially if he gets hot, he's kind of like that mid-range shooter. I like him as a guard. They kind of get inconsistent performances. You got guys like I think Evan Chapman's the guy that can get you some boards and maybe some points down low. And then he's a 6'8" guy that can just every now and then shoot a 3, maybe to keep you honest. I wouldn't say anybody on this UAB team's a great 3-point shooting team player, but they've got some guys that can keep you honest.
Tony Tsoukalas. My bad.
Yeah, that's kind of who I would kind of watch out for.
Okay, Tony Tsoukalas joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. Let's talk a little football. Trent Dilfer was the coach going into the season. He gets fired. Alex Mortensen takes over. What was the big change between Dilfer and Mortensen there midseason?
I don't know. I think they just needed some kind of a shakeup, and I think, Mortensen's a really smart guy. He's a really football-minded. It's not a surprise that he's getting a head coaching opportunity because he's really smart. He knows his stuff, and he's spent all that time with Nick Saban. Something's bound to run off, and he's a real X's and O's guy. I think in terms of they both went 2-4 during their if you split the season in half under Dilfer and under Mortensen. Mort was able to get that win against Memphis, which is the biggest win of the season, and he was able to snap the road losing streak. UAB they never won a road game under Trent Dilfer. So I think the thing you got to really credit Mortensen was he was able to rally the troops when things looked like they were really dire. If you remember, that road win at Tulsa came after the stabbing incident, and UAB had 40 players that didn't play. That opted not to play in that Tulsa game. It's a wonder they were even able to field a team, much less come out with a road win. And then obviously he was able to rally the troops after Dilfer's firing for the Memphis win, which a rivalry game against one of the better opponents they played. I'm interested, like you just asked, of what is going to be different. They're going to have to rebuild this roster through the transfer portal. Trent Dilfer the other day talked about basically put the UAB's program, their emphasis on winning. He put that into question. He said it doesn't have the same definition or drive to win that he had. And so that's one of the things he liked in Lipscomb Academy going back there in the high school realm, is that their commitment to winning. And he basically said that he doesn't feel like UAB has that commitment to winning. So it'd be interesting to see, what UAB is able to do with NIL, with the transfer portal, how the roster they're going to be able to build for Mortensen, and really, will he be able to unlock some of the potential that maybe Dilfer wasn't able to unlock? UAB is not really playing with a full deck when it comes to other American Conference opponents, and so in terms of the budget they have. So you're going to need someone that's going to have to win by other means. I think that's one thing that, Alex Mortensen might be able to do. But, we haven't seen it from him because we haven't seen him as a head coach other than those 6 games. So, I'm optimistic from a UAB standpoint. I really like Mort as a coach. He seems like a great guy too. But it's a lot of unknowns at UAB at the moment.
Tony, you also cover Alabama a little bit. Talk about how they're doing in the portal. Who have they lost? I know Ty Simpson declaring for the draft. How's the Alabama roster looking right now?
Yeah, I mean, two totally different situations.
Yeah,
you got a much bigger budget to work with Alabama. I think the thing with Alabama you got to look at. I mean, yes, they're losing Ty Simpson. I think that was always the plan, was to lose Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
You were just kind of hoping that he was going to be, that certified first-round pick that was going to win you a title on his way out. Kind of, I mean, if you're going by the book there. So as they're prepared, they've got Keelan Russell and Austin Mack, 2 guys that they were kind of already, pretty confident were going to be able to take over the reins. Wouldn't be totally shocked if they brought in maybe an experienced guy just as a body. Not somebody that's necessarily you think is going to win that job, but maybe somebody just to give experience. Because when you look at that quarterback room now, you've got 2 guys with very limited experience and then 2 true freshmen. You'd almost want just a big uncle or big brother in that group. I think the biggest thing though for Alabama when you look at it is replacing that offensive line. They're going to return Michael Carroll, who was 5-star freshman, but other than him, I mean, it's question mark after question mark. It seems like they're going to be able to bring in some talent, or they're at least looking at some talent in the portal. But it's hard to find offensive line talent. Teams don't like to let those big guys go, and it's with 5 spots, you can always, if you have a good offensive lineman, you can always promise them playing time. And the team, that's the first thing teams look to hang on to, your quarterback and your offensive line. So it's hard to get that out of the portal. So that's the big thing with Alabama. If they're able to restock that offensive line, I think they've got the skilled players. They returned Ryan Williams, and they picked up the running back from NC State, Hollywood Smothers. I think he's going to be good, and I think they're going to have skilled players even at the quarterback position. I'm not worried about them there. It's the trenches, and the defensive line as well. You really got to. It's hard to find those big bodies. A lot of them in the transfer portal, and that's going to be the challenge for Alabama moving forward.
East Carolina will travel to Tuscaloosa in 239 days to kick off the 2026 college football season. Tony, we're up against it, but before we go, what are the keys to victory for UAB Sunday in Minges Coliseum?
Consistency, man. I think UAB is the better team, and if they come out and they do the things that they've done well, they rebound well. If you can get guys like Chance Westbury rolling, they play good defense. They're a team that can play good defense. They don't always do it. If they can kind of play as a unit, it sounds all the cliche things you'd expect a coach to say, right? Limit turnovers, get the rebounds, hustle, get those fast break points. I think they have the better team than East Carolina, but it's kind of been flip a coin of what you're going to see from this UAB team. So I guess we're just going to see on Sunday.
Tony, thank you so much, man. Before we let you go, where can people find your stuff?
Yeah, so for UAB coverage, AL.com, and then for if you want to follow me on for Alabama coverage, it's Touchdown Alabama. So we're doing a little bit of both, dabbling in both sides. It's been interesting this year.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. We'll get up with you later when football kicks off. ECU is going to be in Alabama twice next year, playing your 2 teams. So we'll get up with you then, man.
Definitely. Yep.
All right, thank you. That was Tony Tsoukalas on the Turner Home Team Live line. Are you looking to sell your house fast and without making any repairs? The Turner Home Team is a local home buying company, and they buy houses as is. Justin and his team can provide you with a fast cash offer for your house today. So give them a call at 525-4780. Once again, thank you to Tony Tsoukalas. We'll take a break. On the other side, me and Chan Man, we're going to break down the transfer portal for East Carolina, who's going where, who's coming here. Also, we'll play we got some best of clips, best of the Bone Zone this week. It's been a great week filling in for Clip Brock. We'll have that and much more on the other side of this. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more Pirate Radio Live.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's new weekly lunch specials are here and only for $8.99. Stop by Monday through Friday and enjoy chicken and pastry, spaghetti, meatloaf, hamburger, steak, and everyone's favorite fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks with friends. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon's delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue electric, plumbing, and air.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. On behalf of our staff and membership, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We hope you enjoy this special time with loved ones. At First Flight, we put our members, communities, families, and teams first with a mission to take better care. This new year, please stop by and see us at our branches in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary. All local residents are membership eligible to join First Flight just by being a resident of our community. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates!
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen and Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Winter is here, but Stroud's Marine in Greenville is still your go-to spot for your boat projects and repairs. Now's the perfect time to get your boat ready for when the warm weather comes. Don't wait till spring. They've got you covered with outboard parts at great prices. Plus, they're running clearance sales on select items, so you can get ready for next season without breaking the bank. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Strouds Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
Avast Pirates, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. 2026 has set sail and a new year means new gear. Take advantage of our end-of-year markdowns. You'll find major deals all throughout the store through the month of January. And don't forget, January means out with the old and in with the new. Loyal and bold, we'll buy your guns and gold. Start your year smart by trading treasures with us. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You would do anything to keep your family safe, so don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. SCI Technologies has recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. They have the most cost-effective solutions for your home or business's security and life safety needs. Call SCI Technologies today at 321-7006. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's J-Bun.
All right, welcome back. Pirate Radio Live, hour number 3. Thank you to Tony Tsoukalas, covering a little UAB athletics, some Alabama football, 239 days away from kickoff. Also, thanks to Brandon Golden joining us. New episode of the Brandon Golden Show on Pirate Radio TV with Mike Schilt. And a new episode, another one, will be dropping Monday with Ricky Meinhold, pitching coordinator for the Toronto Blue Jays. Also, thanks to Tony Dunn. Great 40 minutes talking some NFL playoffs. Welcome back in, Chandler.
Yes, sir.
How we doing?
Good. Good discussion with Tony.
Not
Tony Dunn, but Tony. What's his last name?
Tsoukalas. Hey, he gave me a little credit. He's like, man, all these shows I join, nobody ever asks me how to pronounce my name before we go on the air. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's a tough name. Tsoukalas. But yeah, appreciate that. Looking forward to some basketball in Minji's Coliseum. I talked about this with Brian Bailey on the Brian Bailey Show.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find out who makes these ECU basketball schedules, because every year around the playoffs, we rarely have Sunday games throughout the whole season. Every year, whenever the NFL playoffs are on, Pirates got to play in Minji's on a Sunday. And I was either a student and I got to miss the basketball game. Basketball is my favorite ECU sport. I feel like that has been well known for the last couple of months. And then now these last 2 years covering the team, I got to miss playoff football, or at least not pay attention to the game because I got it on my phone or laptop.
I was in your shoes at one point.
Yeah,
it was terrible. It was tough, but ECU was at least decent when I was covering them. Decent, like I said, decent, but still, just not being at the bar, drinking a beer, and enjoying some football. But once that game is over, and we get done with post-game interviews, post-game press conference, straight to the bar.
Yeah, so that game's at 2 o'clock. Should be over about 4. We'll be talking to Mike Schwartz about 4:15. That'll take about 10 to 12 minutes. It's an hour drive back home, so I'll definitely be feeling good for Chargers Patriots, and I'll be able to exude hatred for Justin Herbert and the San Diego Chargers. But we got some more transfer portal news. Big story today for East Carolina football. Chasten Ditta, quarterback, true freshman who played in the bowl game, did pretty good considering the circumstances. He has hit the portal, and the impact player list I made: Caden Hauser, Yannick Smith, Javante Connor, Jamaria McCrimmon, Emmanuel Poku, DeCirio Riles, London Montgomery, Jamarly Riddle is now complete. They all have homes now, with Emmanuel Poku committing to South Carolina. Chandler, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, big loss with Poku and McCrimmon leaving, and of course McCrimmon goes to NC State, Poku going to South Carolina. I think that's a good opportunity for that young man to go and play in the SEC and get looked at on a bigger stage. So you look, and he's probably got boatloads of money to go there.
Yeah.
So you cannot you can't blame the kid for doing it, and he played in the bowl game too.
Yeah, Jamarly Riddle, Emmanuel Poku, Jamaria McCrimmon. I guess I'll throw Chasten Ditta in there. Much respect for playing in that bowl game.
Yeah.
I think if Chasten Ditta didn't start at quarterback, he probably wouldn't have entered the portal. I feel like I don't think it's a fair assumption, but I think it's at least kind of a smart assumption.
No, I think that's a smart assumption. I think that he's just a freshman, but he gets the opportunity to start in the bowl game. He wins the bowl game, throws for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's probably thinking, man, I've got a chance probably to be the starter next year. Next thing you know, we have Mitch Griffiths coming in.
Which doesn't mean that Chasten wouldn't have a chance.
No, right. And
you got to compete.
Yeah, you got to compete. And I'm assuming we'll bring in another quarterback to compete. But Chasten Ditta is, in his mind, is probably not wanting to compete. He wants to go somewhere where he knows he's going to be the starter. He's going to be the QB1. And that's not going to happen here at East Carolina. And it's definitely not going to happen at a place like where people think it's Ole Miss and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be it's going to be a downgrade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a downgrade when you talk about name recognition,
right.
Athletic program, but not a downgrade in the case of like he's going to get the keys to the castle.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It sucks to see because you like to have a young guy here to develop and be able to put so much in, and then they go on for 4 years. But we're gone. There's no more Rajay Harrises. There's no more Holt Naylors. There's no more Marlon Guns. There's no more J.D. Lampley. There's no more guys that come here and stay here. There's no more of that. That era is dead and gone. But I will run down the impact player list that I made. Caton Hauser goes to Illinois. Yannick Smith to SMU, Javante Connor to Vanderbilt, Jamari McCrimmon previously mentioned to NC State, Emmanuel Poku previously mentioned to South Carolina, Desiree Riles to Florida State, and also announced, I think last night, London Montgomery to Florida, and before we went live at 3 o'clock, Jamarly Riddle to Georgia. Jamarly Riddle, Emmanuel Poku, Jamari McCrimmon, I respect them. They played in the bowl game. That's what it's supposed to be.
Jamarly Riddle got hurt in the bowl game.
Yeah, he
went out there and played and got carted off the field or on the sideline. But he still gets the chance to go to the powerhouse Georgia and make a name for himself.
Jamarly Riddle's the one that hurt the most. Not because I don't think that we can find that level of production elsewhere. I don't know really Christian Peterson or Ashton Levels or Jalen Bowden or really Raymond Mosby, the guys we have brought in so far at the defensive back position. I don't know about them as much, and we'll come to find out about them as the year goes on. But the reason Jamarly Riddle hurts so much is because he's going to get drafted.
Yeah.
And I love seeing Savone Revel get drafted, albeit by the Cowboys and East Carolina on that. But I think all of these guys are replaceable except for Jamari McCrimmon and Emmanuel Poku, because you can go out and find a good defensive back like Jamarly Riddle. You can go and find a London Montgomery. Hell, we found London Montgomery in the portal. You can go out and get that. You can go out and get a tight end like Connor, a wide receiver like Yannick, a quarterback like Caton, a guy we got from the portal. But you're not going to find blue chip offensive linemen in the portal, because if they are in the portal, they're going to a power school.
Yeah. You're going to have to find them at the schools like we found this guy, Northern Arizona?
Yeah, Ethan Kramer.
I think we went out and got some guys, and look, we got Carson. I think Carson Jones came from Houston, I believe.
Yeah.
So you might get some backups at higher schools like that. But if you want, like you said, a blue chip and a starter, you're going to have to go kind of dig deep for those offensive line. And I feel like offensive line is harder to recruit and scout for. I might be wrong, but yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to replace those guys because they did such a great job in protecting Caton Hauser. So, and look, we've seen the days of having really bad offensive lines, but the past couple of years, East Carolina has done a good job of building that front, and you're going to have to go out and find some guys in the portal, and it's not going to be easy, and you just got to hope that you can replace them.
And the offensive line is the toughest one to replace because it takes a while to gel. Hell, we've seen it this season, and a lot of those guys came back from last season where it took a couple of weeks for them to gel, because it's not like Anthony Smith who's just standing out wide. It's like, I got to beat my guy. It's 5 guys that got to play as one.
Yeah. And look, and another thing too, what's tough about, you're going to get a new quarterback next year, and half your offensive line is going to be new.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about,
and your wide receivers are going to be new.
Right.
And your running backs are going to be new.
Yeah. And we have gone through that at East Carolina in the past couple of years. I mean, we started off with Jake Garcia, and we didn't know how he was going to be, and it turned out he was not the answer at quarterback. And then Caton Hauser comes in, but every year when things get washed up and people leave, people come in, you're thinking the whole time is like, well, is this going to work out? You're not going to know until, I guess you can get a glimpse of the spring game, but you're not going to know until the first couple of weeks.
And you're not really going to figure out much in the spring game because, I mean, even we who get to go and cover the game, we don't get to see everything.
Right. So it's just, that's the biggest question mark. And you just got to hope that you can find guys that came in and impacted this program like Anthony Smith and Caton Hauser. And it can be done. But also, it could be a dud. And I don't want to think that way, but it can. And that's what you're going through every year is going to get these guys and saying, all right, let's test them out. But you have to have trust in Blake Harrell and his staff. And yeah, half of his staff is new now, but you have to have trust in Blake Harrell, who is a great recruiter and a great scout, that he knows what the talent he's bringing in is going to work out on the field. Like, you don't think that he was going to bring in somebody where he's like 50-50. He might be okay. I don't know. No, Blake Harrell's bringing in guys that he knows that's going to impact this program immediately.
Yeah, and there's two sides to every coin. We've seen Caton and Anthony Smith hit, but then we've seen, like this year, Parker Jenkins and Jaquez Petaway, who struggled to find their footing and didn't really get a role in the offense that we thought they would when they come in. Jamie says, if Harrell wins a lot next season, you'll start hearing his name mentioned for other jobs. Absolutely, but Ellerby mentioned it on Tuesday, where it's just like, we're going to give Blake Harrell his credit. He's done a great job this season. The bowl game, I think, was very indicative of how great of a coach he is. But people are going to scream lifetime extension, lifetime contract. He's our guy. He's going to get us to the top. Next season might be a struggle because of how much newness is on that offense. And I just ask for people to have patience.
Yeah, have patience. But look, if East Carolina has a 9-win season again next year, and if they just make it, not even win it, if they make it to the conference championship game, go ahead and start writing your goodbye letters to Blake Harrell. He's not going to be here next year.
Well, I don't want to put a definitive on it, but most likely.
I'm just saying, put that in your mind. And if he doesn't, great. That's awesome. But it's going to happen just like with these players. Watching Caton Hauser throw for however many yards he did and how many touchdowns, and watching how good he was, you start to think in November, and especially October and November, you're like, man, he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And look, and just hope for the best and hope that he comes back. But just like the players, Blake Harrell is going to be offered a lot more money than he is here at East Carolina if East Carolina does a 9-10 win season next year.
Yeah, and I don't even think East Carolina was out of the locker room on the bus before articles started to come out where it's just like, hey, his name's going to be mentioned a lot next coaching cycle. Yeah. It's that's just the world we live in. Nick, what do you think? And you haven't
Nick,
paid
what's
attention.
your
You're sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Hey man,
Nick.
that's respectable that you're going to call me out for that. But you're 100% right with the job that he did over the last part of last year as well as all of this year. And if he has another good year next year, Power 4 is probably calling his name.
Mm-hmm. That seems about right. I mean, hell, I thought like Virginia Tech could have been in the running for him this year, but they get James Franklin, a guy who was in the playoff semifinals last year. Obviously, you're going to go with him. Let's run through the guy. We've gone through the guys who are leaving. Enough about them. They are no longer Pirates. Let's go through the guys coming in. Central Florida defensive back Christian Peterson. Furman wide receiver. This guy is already one of my favorites. I haven't even seen any of his Furman stuff. I haven't even seen him in a Pirate uniform. Already one of my favorites. Furman wide receiver Jakeith Hamilton. Jakeith. Carolina. Florida International cornerback Ashton Lovels. Another one of my favorites. University of Texas Rio Grande Valley tight end Ismael Smith Flores. Spent some time with Nebraska as well. Following offensive coordinator Jordan Davis is North Texas running back Ashton Gray, and as well as North Texas wide receiver Landon Sides. Then we bring in Northern Arizona guard Ethan Kramer. App State tight end Cannon Hamlet. Minnesota defensive back Jalen Bowden. Former NC State UNLV Marshall Byway. J.H. Rose High School running back Michael Allen coming home. Miami wide receiver Ray Joseph. Louisville cornerback Raymond Mosby, and the new quarterback formerly of Wake Forest and this year Texas Tech quarterback Mitch Griffiths. Chandler, it's been a good haul. I mean, we've lost a lot, and we've also gained a lot.
Well, it seemed like there for a little while that East Carolina, all we saw when it came to the transfer portal in East Carolina was people departing the program, and people were like, well, when are we going to start doing stuff? And next thing you know, it's just like one after another. It seemed like Pirate Radio was posting all over social media of a new guy coming in or a guy visiting, and next thing I saw where Griffiths was here on a visit. Next thing you know, he's our quarterback now, or at least going to compete. But yeah, I mean, it is a good haul, and I feel like it's a good mixture of the positions that I feel like we need to fill too.
Yeah,
it's not like just it's heavy on one side of the ball. I feel like it's a good mix.
I mean, it's heavy DB.
It is heavy DB, but yeah, I think and look. If we're going to go heavy on something, DB is. Would you agree that DB is what we need to go heavy on?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I like the haul. I'm not. I mean, it's not guaranteed that these guys are going to,
pan out, or even play,
but at least you have somebody to come in here and at least try to have East Carolina have a successful season again.
And you mentioned all we were seeing were people departing and really nobody coming in. Do you really want to be some of the first people to grab like a bunch of players. Like I like the due diligence of like, hey, let's bring a bunch of guys in for a visit.
Yeah.
Let's talk to them one-on-one. And we're getting a lot in. Would like to see some more offensive linemen. And once again, the portal is like open for declaration. Like people still have till the 17th to declare. And then obviously we will see a lot more people come into the program.
By the way, Mitch Griffiths, this will be his 7th year of playing college football. 7th year. First year was 2020 at Wake Forest.
Oh, boy.
His 7th year. Old man.
Yeah, I would say that's something new, but it's not. Hell, we saw Brandon Whedon. He was a rookie with the Browns at like 29 years
28,
old.
yeah.
He already had a family. He was already set up for retirement by then. But yeah, man, I really like it. Let's go through other American schools because I wanted to do this with Zach Kaplan, but I forgot. But I want to rank the people going into the top schools. Who's the best hire? Who's the not the best hire? And then those guys who they're replacing, where they went. So let's start with Tulane. Will Hall, mentioned earlier. I don't really know a lot about Will Hall except that he hasn't really been that successful at his previous stops. They hire him from within, so that's maybe a positive. Tulane with Will Hall, North Texas with Neil Brown, Memphis Charles Huff, and South Florida Brian Hartline. I would go. I'm biased. I love Charles Huff. I'd go 1, Charles Huff, 2, Brian Hartline, 3, Will Hall. Neil Brown stinks.
Yeah, the Neil Brown hire was funny. He just did not pan out at West Virginia. And maybe this is the level of college football he should be at. He was at, Troy before West Virginia?
Sure.
And it succeeded there. So maybe this is where he should be. We'll find out coming up this season. But, I don't think their offense will be as good as it was this past year.
No, somebody's offense who will be very good. Brian Hartline's South Florida Bulls, I think, are going to be a team to watch. Now, they were one of the oldest teams in the conference, and like that experience is why they were near the top. So maybe we'll see that kind of dwindle down. But Brian Hartline brought in a lot of good guys, good receivers to Ohio State, and I don't doubt he's going to struggle to do that at South Florida. Let's go to the guys that are leaving those schools. John Summerall to Florida, Eric Morris from North Texas to Oklahoma State, Ryan Silverfield from Memphis to Arkansas, and Alex Golish from South Florida to Auburn. Who is the best in that group? And it doesn't have to be the best coach. Like I don't think Ryan Silverfield's the best coach.
Put your thing right
but
here?
Maybe you believe that going to Arkansas is the best out of these 4, which is not the case.
No, I definitely don't think so. And in fact, I thought Arkansas hiring Ryan Silverfield was kind of was a head scratcher there. I mean,
he struggled in this conference.
Yeah, he did not really do
like,
that great in this conference.
Kevin Nash, it's like this is where the big boys play now.
Right. And I will probably go with John Summerall to Florida. I really like what he did at Tulane. And look, he had big shoes to fill when Willie Fritz left. When Willie Fritz went to Houston, he had a lot to sustain, and he sustained a lot of that success and was really great. So I do like that hire from Florida as they try to turn things around. They were not good under Billy Napier. So I do like the John Summerall to Florida move.
That is my favorite one out of these 4. Second favorite, probably going to go Golish to Auburn. Now, that's going to be tough for him. But Silverfield to Arkansas, that doesn't move the needle for me. If anything, it moves it back. And then Eric Morris to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has been in the gutter for the last couple of years. I think that's going to be a tough hole to dig out of. I think Eric Morris will do a good job at Oklahoma State. I'm just going with who's going to have the most immediate success, and I think that's Summerall at Florida.
Yeah, Summerall at Florida is definitely my number 1. I think he has success right away in Gainesville. I do like Eric Morris going to Oklahoma State. Hopefully he can bring that high-power offense there and kind of revamp that program, because as long as Gundy was there, he's not 40 anymore. He's not just a man.
He's an old man. Yeah.
I like Eric Morris going to Oklahoma State and trying to revamp that program in the Big 12.
Jamie says he's no Tim Albin. I'll say this, Jamie. Clip comes on here a lot, calls you a nerd, calls you a geek, kind of trashes you a little bit, but it's because he loves you. I'm going to say you have become my favorite member of the chat game. I'll go ahead. I'm going to be unbiased. And say you're a little bit of a kiss ass as well. But you're doing a great job talking up the Raiders, talking up my guy, Tim Albin. I think Tim Albin should go back to Ohio now that Brian Smith has been fired for the stuff he was doing. They won 9 games this year, but they need to get back to the level of 10, 11 wins. And Tim Albin is the guy to do that. Chandler, we're up against it. We got to take a break. But before we go to break, this is your final segment of the week before tomorrow's big matchup in Charlotte. I want to get your final thoughts on Panthers Rams.
Man, first of all, just glad to be here. Glad to be in the playoffs, even though it was ugly. But I'm excited to see the bank tomorrow. I'm excited to see Cam Newton back in the bank and not being a retread at quarterback, actually going to be the keep pounding drummer. So I'm just very excited for the opportunity to watch the Panthers in the playoffs. Do we get it done? No, I don't think it happens. I'm just hoping it's a good game. So my vibe for the outcome of the game is low, but my excitement vibe, my excitement level is very high. So
excitement time.
Excitement time. Go Panthers. Tune in at 4:30. Keep pounding.
Yep, and you can hear that game right here on Pirate Radio. Also on Pirate Radio tonight, Parker Bird Show. We'll follow this one at 6 o'clock. Coming up at 7, the Peach Bowl, Indiana, Oregon. We're gonna take a break. On the other side, we'll have a best of the week. We've had a busy week, a lot of great guests, and a lot of great sound bites. We'll recap the week widget when we get back. Chandler, thanks for joining me.
Yes, sir. Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be back after this time out.
Warm up with our winter savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Plan your winter escape and save up to 20% off. The premier vacation destination on the Crystal Coast is nestled on 10 acres and overlooks the Rachel Carson Reserve, home to 30 wild horses. Discover why Beaufort was named the best small town for adventure by USA Today when you stay at the Beaufort Hotel, where your Outer Banks adventure begins. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Play it again, sport. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good.
So good, so good, so good.
I saved a bunch of cash.
Buy, sell, trade.
Using my gear like I never knew I could. Play It Again Sports. Buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Brown & Wood's award-winning service department is open Monday through Friday. And don't forget, we have free pickup and drop-off. Every customer, when you come in for service, heavy repair, maintenance, it doesn't matter. You get a free car wash, dry, and vacuum. We've also got Tom Brown's favorite tagline, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Enjoy the warm air circulating moments after you turn up the heat. Precise control of cooking temperatures. Enough hot water on demand for everyone's shower. The instant glow of warmth when you turn on your fireplace or fire pit. Never having to change a gas tank on your outdoor grill. Experience the affordable luxury of natural gas. Find out more at GUC.com.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Come on down to Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room in downtown Greenville, where the drinks are cold, the food is fire, and the fun never stops. Check us out every night at 7 for our special events. Tuesday night is Singo, Wednesday Hollywood Trivia, Thursday's Kahoot Night, and Fridays is Tunes and Taps starting at 7 p.m. Don't miss Yappy Hour, Thursday through Saturday, 4 to 7, where we serve up half-price apps from the toolbox. Make sure to check out our new menu, featuring the Taco Wrap, North Carolina Cowboy Flatbread, and Buffalo Loaded Chips. Check out our Facebook page for more information. Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, where good times are always on tap.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
you would do anything to keep your family safe. Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. Hi, this is Mike Robertson, the owner of SCI Technologies. We have recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. The most cost-effective solutions for your home or business security and life safety needs. SCI Technologies, 252-321-7006. That's 321-7006.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back in. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Can't wait to have me a cold beer later on tonight. We've got Shirley, we've got Nick. Thank you all so much. Also, thank you to Tony Tsoukalas. Joining us, previewing UAB in East Carolina in Minges Coliseum this Sunday. Thanks to Brandon Golden. New episode of the Brandon Golden Show on Pirate Radio TV right now with Mike Schultz. New one coming out with Ricky Meinhold, pitching coordinator for the Toronto Blue Jays, coming out on Monday. And thanks to Tony Dunn. Great 40-minute talk, just talking ball. Dudes talking ball. Super wild card weekend coming up this weekend, starting tomorrow, 4:30 in Charlotte. Also talked a little Indiana, Oregon with Tony as well. Before we get to some best clips of the week, Bills tight end Dawson Knox on Josh Allen. Gonna see Superman put on his cape. That's the problem, Dawson. When Josh Allen tries to play hero ball, that's when things go sideways. These guys, they don't even watch their own team. Do they go to film practice? Like, do they go to the film study? This guy's great. This guy's great when he plays the way he should, but he just tries to scramble around, 30-yard sack, fumble, pick, whatever. We'll see the Bills and the Jaguars Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's been a busy week. It's been a great week. Shirley Rhodes did a great job coming up with some clips of some of the best of the week. So we'll start with number one, my interview with Brian Bailey on Tuesday, talking about transfer portal and all the acquisitions. So here's Brian Bailey from Tuesday's Pirate Radio Live.
What Blake did was he took the same basic team that Mike Houston had and that Coach Houston struggled with, and he flipped the switch right around. I mean, that team got a couple of wins under the belt, got a couple of confidence builders, and
bless you. Holy, didn't mean to get you all sneezed up there, Bailey.
I'm sorry. We've been battling. My poor wife has the super flu, and I've got some remnant of it, I think, but I've tested negative. But
I think we're going to go get checked right now after that sneeze came through the radio.
It might have gone through. Everybody in Greenville may have to get checked on that deal.
Yeah, your patient won.
All right, there was Brian Bailey. I set it up seriously because I didn't want people to expect the sneeze. Big sneeze, Shirley. He's got the best sneezes in the business. That was... Shout out Brian Bailey. What you got, Shirley?
No, I just love it whenever Bailey sneezes because when he does it, it's like... I can't explain it, but it's like it just overtakes everything.
Yeah, I mean, my sneezes are bad. They're very loud and they cause chest pains. But, last night in the bar, we're watching the game, we're playing trivia. I silenced the whole place with the sneeze, and Brian Bailey does that as well. The best sneeze in the business. Clip number 2. Clip Brock spoke with Mike Wright on Monday, and here's Mike Wright talking about his future plans.
And I'm like, I don't know. I think you should run for office. Like, we don't know what the hell you should do. But what's kind of next for you, Mike, as you get a chance to reflect after your college career? Like, what's next on your docket?
Yeah, I think figuring it out within the next kind of 2 to 3 days, honestly. I'm currently at work right now. So, I work in corporate affairs for a company called Georgia Power. Been working there since May. So I'm at work right now. I think as the season kind of progressed along and the versatility and the notoriety kind of built around my name has presented opportunities for the next level that may or may not have been there had I not, switched positions and did everything in between. So you have different agents and people telling you one thing and people tell you another thing. And then I will say this, so it's like, you kind of evaluate, and I'll figure it out within these next 2 days, like I said. But one thing I can for sure say, no matter what it is, like I will always be attached to ECU in some way. There's different guys right now in the transfer portal asking me about my experience, and I'm the first person to respond back. Or, hey, is there, do you want to come to this event? Or like even right now, I mean, me and you are here talking, and I guess necessarily that's something that I have to kind of do anymore. But like ECU has meant so much to me in my life that's kind of hard to explain in words, but I think I can explain it in my actions a little better. So I'll never, quote unquote, leave, I'll never leave ECU.
Yeah.
There was Mike Wright and Clip Brock. A little transfer news. Zaire Gamble, safety from App State, standout safety, is now joining the Pirates. Me and Chandler were just talking about it, stacking the DBs. But Mike Wright, man, he's going to be successful in whatever he does. We saw he could play quarterback, kind of running back, wide receiver, corner, punt return. He can do it all, and that's why we got former ECU Swiss Army knife on the graphic, not former ECU this, ECU that. Like he does it all. He's got a great personality. He's enthusiastic, man. He's a character, and he was a fan favorite this year. So that was Mike Wright on his future plans. Up next, number 3, Anthony Smith on his time at East Carolina.
This place has been treating me so good. They've taken care of me, not only physically, but mentally, man. Like, just being able to build me back up from some of the things that, didn't go my way at NC State. Like, just being able to build me back up mentally, give me the confidence. Like, ECU is home, man.
You hear a lot of people say that East Carolina's home, and J.D. Lampley talked about it in I'm not playing his cut yet, but he talked about it in our interview where he's like, I mean, some guys transfer out, and then we get up with them about 3 months in, and they're like, man, it ain't East Carolina. And this place is special, man. The fan base, they really care, and you don't get that in a lot of places, especially in the American Conference, where the fan base really cares. I mean, going down to New Orleans was very memorable for me. Just like, it was loud at points. They have a good student section, but it's like, man, this is a top team in the conference and has been for a while, and they can't even fill their little MLS stadium. So, and I that wasn't a shot. Like, it looks like an MLS stadium. That is not a shot. I'm not being disrespectful, but obviously down there it's New Orleans. There's a lot to do. Greenville, not a lot to do. It's a special place here, and a lot of players, former players, current players feel that way. Also, I got the chance to talk to Marlon Gunn. Here's him talking about his touchdown that was called back due to the inadvertent whistle.
I really didn't even realize that they hadn't even called it back until after all the celebration I hadn't did. I'm all the way halfway down the sideline. I'm like, hold on, why like kickoff ain't about to go out there? Like, I just scored that. And then Todd Johnson, he come tell him, he like, hey, that ain't count. And that's when my face went like, what? Like, ain't no way I just did that and that ain't count. So it's just, it's just a lot of emotions going through my head. And it's like, at a moment like that, you can't lose, you know what I'm saying? You can't lose your composure. It's like, because then that take you out of your game completely. And you just, you know what I'm saying? You just not locked in no more. So just being able to keep my composure, which I've learned over the years, like, every action doesn't need a reaction. So I'm like, we just go out there and just finish the game, and the fumble happens, and then, like I say, 2 plays later, Ant goes score. So I'm like, hey, let's go celebrate with him. Like, you can't just be down about it. Hey, let's go be happy, because at the end of the day, something special could come out this game, which it ended up happening. So I was just happy regardless.
Yeah, the composure was very evident in the Military Bowl. Up next, Danny Beal, talking to my guy, DB, on some preseason accolades. It's that time of the year. We got the date for ECU Baseball Media Day, January 19th, that Monday. We will be talking to Cliff Godwin, Jeff Palumbo, Austin Knight, a handful of players. I believe Ethan Norby, Austin Irby, Kobe Wallace, and a few more. I don't have the list right in front of me, but January 19th, ECU Baseball Media Day. So stay tuned for all that on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and we'll play all the cuts on the show as well. But perfect game. They come out, ECU 25th in the preseason poll. They name Ethan Norby an All-American. The coaches poll in the American Conference, ECU ranks number 1. Braden Burris, Ethan Norby, Austin Irby, preseason All-Conference. A name that was left off that list that kind of surprised me was Kobe Wallace. And I asked Danny Beal about all these preseason accolades.
I think it's good, and obviously for everybody that knows CG, he's going to use it as motivation, but he's also going to use it as the kind of Nick Saban rat poison thing.
Yeah.
It's like the guys that did make it, it's like they don't hand out, I mean, obviously they hand out trophies in the preseason, but nobody really cares because it's just what you've done before. It's not what you've done now. And those guys know that. I mean, obviously Burris is only a sophomore now, and same thing with Irby and stuff like that, but Norby's a vet. He's got to get head on his shoulders. He's leaned on the older guys a lot over the past few years, and he knows how to handle that stuff. Hopefully, that leadership in that locker room can handle, the younger guys having success early and treat them the right way. But on the flip side of that, like the guys that did make it, like you said, like Seawall or even the other guys that are extremely talented that didn't get the recognition preseason, like CG's going to use that as motivation. Like they don't think you're that good. Go out and prove it. And it'll be fun to see, especially Seawall, just because he's so insanely athletic and so toolsy. So for him to really put it together in his draft year, not that he's worried about that, but the drill with guys like that, he's going to be insanely talented and perform, I think, to the highest level.
That was Danny Beal on the ECU baseball preseason accolades. Talking to Coach Greg Hudson yesterday about a lot of things, NFL playoffs, college football playoffs, but he decides, he's a part of the committee that decides the Joe Moore Award, Best Offensive Line in college football. The Iowa Hawkeyes won, beating out Oregon and Indiana, who we'll see later tonight. And I asked Greg Hudson what set Iowa apart when deciding who would win the Jim Moore Award.
They will physically beat your brains out when they get on you. They like Army last year, they take the blocking to a different level from a physicality standpoint. We have a cut up. I'll send it the clip. I'm telling you, when you watch it, if the line doesn't look like this when they're run blocking and how they're setting and getting after people, I don't know what you're doing. Football right now up front looks like sumo wrestling with helmets on. If it looks like sumo wrestling with a helmet on, it's bad. If it looks like the finalists that we had in the Joe Moore Award, those teams are winning. And ironically, the finalists outside of Iowa who won it, and they won it clearly, are in the playoffs. And it's been like that all the way through the awards. The teams at the top have exceptional offensive lines. And I know at Indiana, having met with Signetti, he said it publicly, everything we do on offense runs through the offensive line. It's what they can do and how well they can do it, and then they branch out. And it's players first, formations next, then the plays. And once you do it in that order, you're going to be successful. You do it the wrong way, hey, I got a box full of plays, let's go find players for it, you're doing it backwards.
That was Coach Greg Hudson. One thing we need to clean up next week and going forward is tell Jackson to be quiet, because you can hear him in the background of that clip. So need to tell him to shut up going forward when we are interviewing people. Yeah, that is the main thing that we need to focus on. A lot of other things as well. We're not all perfect, but while we're interviewing people, maybe let's quiet down a little bit. That was Greg Hudson, Iowa, man. What a great team. Beating up on Vanderbilt in the bowl game. Nobody really talked about Iowa going into the season, and they had themselves a pretty fun one. Up next, Rajay Harris. The UFL draft is coming up. He went to NFL camp about a month ago. Asked him about what's coming up for him. Here's Rajay Harris.
Yeah, man, the draft is coming up. My name is in there, man, and I'm going to let God just be God, man. Been hearing some positive stuff that's kind of just going to keep between me and agent, man, but definitely going to be looking to get back on that field real soon, man.
There was Rajay Harris, man. Hard worker, great guy. Any UFL team, NFL team would be lucky to have him just on their roster. I mean, I'm not even talking about as a run, like just a great guy to have in the locker room. Up next, I talked to J.D. Lampley the other day, and I asked him about Josh Aldridge's departure and if he was surprised by it.
We were surprised, but it really didn't change anything for us because defense, we were already bought into Harrell's system anyway from the previous year, so it really didn't change anything with our mentality, the way we were going to play. It just might change the scheme a little bit, but other than that, we just try to focus on the people who were still in the facility for the bowl game, whether it was players or coaches. We just knew we had focus on us.
I've said this about Blake Harrell this week already, but like a lot of coaches, they get up to the podium and they just spout out the normal stuff, the normal coach speak. And then about 5 months later, they don't really follow up with it. But Blake Harrell really does. He's preached, so much. It's about us. It's not about not about you, not about me. It's about us. And he really focuses up on that, man. I asked him about all the departures before the bowl game, and I don't want to say he was mad at me, but he was kind of just fired up about it. He's like, hey, man, main thing's the main thing. Like, the people in this building are the people that's playing in the bowl game, and that's who we're focused on. So, great into the season for the Pirates. One last clip from the best of this week. I don't want to pat myself on the back here, but not a lot of people get this guy as a guest. Maybe the Nelk Boys and Joe Rogan, I guess. But I had the leader of the free world, the president of the United States. He put out a Truth Social post about how somebody needs to hire John Harbaugh immediately. So I had the president of the United States, Donald John Trump, on the show, and this is him talking about the Harbaughs.
I guess. I to be honest with you, you know what? Yes, I will, quite frankly. Because his brother is a winner. And so is that quarterback. Oh, man, he's so good. Justin Sherbert's so good. And just like the ice cream. But yeah, and look, I'm a fan of John Harbaugh because people don't know this, J-Bone. But my name is Donald John Trump. They named John Harbaugh after me. People don't know that, but now they do know that. Everybody knows that now. John Harbaugh was named after me. Donald John Trump, your favorite president.
You want to start the year off with a bang. Yeah, Ellerby told me on Monday, hey, this is my opportunity to kick the door in. And I think Pirate Radio has done a great job getting a lot of big names on this week. At Mike Wright, Anthony Smith, Marlon Gunn, our usual, J.D. Lampley as well, our usuals, Brian Bailey, Danny Beal, Greg Hudson, Rajay Harris. But that one tops it all off, man. Just funny stuff like that is what makes this job worthwhile and very special and very different from anything else. I could be pouring concrete right now, but thankfully I am doing this. Hosting the show, it's a great honor. It's a great privilege. I'm very excited. Thanks to Jonathan for having confidence and belief in me to be able to do this and fill in for Clip while he is gone. So it's been a great week. Looking forward to a lot more in 2026. And these clips are evident that we have had a big week here at Pirate Radio, kicking the year off right. So let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap things up. I do want to talk about the Hornets, the ending to the Hornets game last night. I checked on the game early on. We were down 18-8. I said, okay, I'll check periodically, but I'm not going to get it up on the phone to watch it. And then I saw that, hey, we were leading towards the end. Let me watch this. And what a disaster. What a disaster. Once again, 2 nights in a row, the Hornets can't finish the final freaking seconds. So we'll talk about that and much more on the other side of this break.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Miss Shirley, play my dad's commercial now.
Okay, Lincoln, you got it.
Looking for the best ride on 4 wheels? I'm Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts in Greenville. From parts to sales to service, we've got you covered with E-Z-Go, Club Car, and rugged utility carts ready to roll. Locally owned and operated, we'll even deliver right to you. Come see me on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School, or visit 360golfcarts.com.
360 Golf Carts, pirates supporting pirates. Arr!
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
What's up, Pirate Nation? This your guy, Rajay Harris, and my spot to fuel up for great food in Greenville is Basil's. Looking for lunch today? Basil's lunch menu features signature pizzas, pastas, sandwiches, and salads starting at just $11. After work, grab a dinner and drink with friends with delicious rotating shelves features and plenty of ice-cold specials at the bar. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant on Fire Tower in Greenville. Basil's, pirates supporting pirates.
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see.
or a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality. That's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Slow computers, constant crashes, long wait times for IT support, and worries about cybersecurity. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is fully stocked with an excellent selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Whether you're looking to upgrade or to get a vehicle for a new driver, get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 48 years. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's J-Bone.
All right, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Jamie says, Hornets got beat by the Pacers. Yes, they did. Jerry says, great job this week, Jarrett. Please don't jump in the radio portal and go to Wolfpack Radio. And Jamie says he's been a State fan longer. Yeah, I grew up a State fan, and I live back towards there now. I just moved back to Zebulon. So the commute has been great. I love the hour in the mornings, collecting my thoughts, letting out all my anger. And then the hour back, it'll be a lot better once the time changes and it's not so dark, because you get a little scared of deer driving through on 264. But I'm enjoying my commute. It's been great. Speaking of the Hornets losing to the Pacers, look, it's one thing to lose. It is one thing to lose. I am a Hornets fan through and through. I'm used to it. It's one thing to lose. But to lose like this, Siakam makes a layup to take the lead with about 15 seconds left. And then this happens.
Indiana has a timeout. Siakam lays it up and in. And McCallum's stolen. Oh, no!
Why are they in such a rush to inbound the ball? Like, never in my life have I seen that kind of incompetency. You were down one, I believe down one, and you're in a rush to inbound the ball. There is plenty of time. There's time for 18 shots, let alone one full possession. What are you doing?
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
It's the dumbest thing in the world. But hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, I cover ECU basketball. I'm a Hornets fan. I see a lot of dysfunction on the hardwood. But last night was like, it took everything in me not to throw my phone across the bar. It really did. But I have composure. like Chasten did, had composure in the Military Bowl, like the Pirates had composure in the Military Bowl. Hopefully we can see some composure on the hardwood this Sunday when East Carolina plays UAB. One last thing I wanted to mention, and we'll take a break. Did you see what John Harbaugh is asking to coach the Cleveland Browns?
Did I hear $20 million?
$20 million per year, a $10 million staff budget, total roster authority, and he wants to pick his own GM. Now, I think he's asking for that, so the Browns are like, that's way too much, because he doesn't want to coach the Browns. And I told you before we went on air, that's just bad team tax. Like when the Jaguars signed Christian Kirk to an $80 million deal. Christian Kirk is not worth $80 million, but Christian Kirk was coming off a good season with the Cardinals, and if you want somebody to come play for a poor, pitiful franchise, you got to pay a bad team tax. And that's what John Harbaugh is asking Cleveland for. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up the show. Been a great week, been a great show. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Nick. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this. Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
Greenville Motor Company celebrating 40 years serving Greenville and Eastern North Carolina. Family owned and operated by Tommy and Brian Cook. When it comes to financing, they've got options for everyone. Over 20 lenders that can help you with no money down, competitive rates, and monthly payments that fit any budget. First-time buyer, rebuilding credit, looking for that dream upgrade, they'll help you drive away happy. Greenville Motor Company, right across from Greenville Nissan, 1000 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. DriveHereNow.com, driven by service, powered by trust. Greenville Motor Company.
You would do anything to keep your family safe. Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. Hi, this is Mike Robertson, the owner of SCI Technologies. We have recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. The most cost-effective solutions for your home or business security and life safety needs. SCI Technologies, 252-321-7006. That's 321-7006.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Avast Pirates, it's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. 2026 has set sail and a new year means new gear. Take advantage of our end-of-year markdowns. You'll find major deals all throughout the store through the month of January. And don't forget, January means out with the old and in with the new. Loyal and bold, we'll buy your guns and gold. Start your year smart by trading treasures with us. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
Enjoy the warm air circulating moments after you turn up the heat. Precise control of cooking temperatures. Enough hot water on demand for everyone's shower. The instant glow of warmth when you turn on your fireplace or fire pit. never having to change a gas tank on your outdoor grill. Experience the affordable luxury of natural gas. Find out more at GUC.com.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was another good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 237 points. It closed at 49,504. NASDAQ was up 191 points at 23,671. And the S&P finished out the day up 44 points at 6,966. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's J-Bone.
All right, wrapping it up. What a great week here at Pirate Radio. First week back in the new year. Nick, real quick, because I have some things I want to say to wrap up the show. Playoff predictions. Who wins tonight? Who wins this weekend?
For NFL or college football?
There's no NFL tonight. Who wins tonight? Who wins this weekend?
Indiana.
Indiana. All right, Rams-Panthers.
Rams.
Bears-Packers.
Bears.
Bills-Jags.
Jaguars.
Niners-Eagles.
Niners.
Pats-Chargers.
Patriots.
Texans-Steelers.
Texans.
All right, Nick, thank you. Glad to have you back. Shirley, thank you as always. Wes was great on Tuesday. I don't want to diminish his job, but the first 2 minutes of the Marlon Gunn interview did have echoes because he had the whole board lit up in audition. I thought I was about to yell at Jackson because I didn't think he pressed the button in, but then I realized it was not my fault. It was not Jackson's fault. Jerry says, have a great weekend, everyone. You too, Jerry. Remember, there's two things that they cannot take away from you. They can take your quarterbacks. They can take your jib. They can take your woman. They can take your man. But there's two things that they cannot take away from you. And that is your freedom, and that is the bottle in your hand. Stay safe, everyone. It's rough times out here, but by God, we're going to get through it. Once again, thank you for tuning in this week. What a great week. What a fun week. We'll be back Monday, PRL, 3 to 6, all the time. We'll see you then. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation